Hello. Good morning, Chills, Logical, and Liz. Great to see you this morning, guys. Great to see everyone. How is everyone on this beautiful? It's actually, I woke up this morning and it was lovely and blue. Sun was out, and I've just looked at, and it's literally grey. The sun's still coming through, but there's a massive grey cloud over this area right now. Hey, forever. I'm running a bit chaotic at the moment because I'm trying to do some housework and stuff. So I'll be in and out, guys. One sec.
Get the fuck out of here.
Kevin, come on over here and tell him what time it is.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice, Kevin. All right, now get out of here. I got this feeling inside, can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing the point. I need a coffee and a joint. I got this feeling.
Let's do some good mornings, forever, Logical, Liz, and Chills. We've already seen. How you doing? Good morning, Honor. Good morning, Lil Wing. Good morning, Sixes. How's everyone this morning?
Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. Coffee in the joint, come on, man. Yo, higher than an F-16 in Walgreens. Trying to find some eye drops at the bottom of the Listerine.
What?
Well, I'm Mr. Clean when I step on the scene. But yo, how did I get here? And what does this all mean? The last thing I remember was way back.
So I've got my next chemo session is Tuesday, and then after that there's one more to go, and that's it. So hopefully that's the end of it. And, yeah, they're already in pot. They've already popped on. I've already popped those. Popped two of those. Popped two of them, and they're in pots.
Take my wife, but Kevin, you're not married.
In the old tentage there.
Mixing up my history, my memories are buried, and I don't have a clue what's real.
Is it a bit early? Depends. It's 10 o'clock in the morning in the UK. I'm about to vape right now. I'm about to have a happy vape now. Is it ever too early? Ever too early, Sixes? I'm not too sure. I'm feeling okay, Little Wing, thanks. Yeah, I'm feeling actually, at the moment, right now, I feel really good. Got no sickness feelings or anything. Feel myself. Yeah, but it's after Tuesday. That week after Tuesday's hell. So just looking forward to that. But then, that's the one more after that, then it's done. So that's something to look forward to. Or hopefully it's done. I don't know what, I don't care. Even if they say I've got to go back now, I'm not going back and having more. There's no way. I don't think my body can handle it.
Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint, what? Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. Come on now. Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. Coffee in the joint.
I was standing in the corner of
I'm about to put a new front door on. They sawed the door in half because they couldn't kick it in. I mean, that's crazy.
Oh,
That's crazy. I've seen that myself.
bluish. Yo, I got to keep.
Are you talking about a police raid? Are you talking about a police raid, Chills? When they saw the door in half. I think that's what Chills is talking about. Unless there was a burglar that couldn't open the door, so he decided to use a bloody saw. I can't see that. It's like a a weird looking chainsaw. They just put it straight through the door, saw half of it down or across, normally downwards. I think they do it downwards, and they just booted it in.
This conversation fluid. Yeah, too high to function. I'm feeling like a clown at a funeral luncheon. I'm a goner, man. I've reached my marijuana maximum consumption. Yeah, goddamn hors d'oeuvre.
Hey, suits in the house.
But I could be the hero that
I installed the door. Chill's actually put the door in. Hey, Big Pete, how you doing?
Fuck.
Good morning, Jax. Good morning, Jax.
Can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing a point.
It was solid. Wow.
I got this feeling inside. Can't find no balance in my mind. I must be.
Yeah, I don't know. You've probably seen this yourself, Chills. A lot of people have like an inner gate, an outside metal door, yeah, going over the front door, and on the inside they have the same thing, right? That's what a lot of people do, or it's just like they put struts across the door that go into each side of the wall, yeah. So you get 3 of them, one at the top, one in the middle, one at the bottom. So you have like metal bars going across the bloody door from behind. I've seen loads of stuff of preventing police trying to kick the doors in.
I need a coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. What? Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. All right, coffee in the joint, coffee.
There was bars on it. Wow.
Coffee in the joint, coffee in
Wow.
the joint.
Oh, so yeah, so Chills knows what I'm talking about. Hey, good morning, FPV. How you doing? Good to see you, dude.
Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. Yo, that's right.
Coffee and a vape. Coffee and a vape. Who's that?
Okay. Let's take him out.
Who's that? Who's this dude? Elijah Sebastian Who's that? Oh God! Stop it! Hey Squirrel, good morning to you.
Man, I'm terrible at smoking weed. That's okay. I'll handle it.
Just across. So you put bars across. It wasn't my door, just so you know, right? Yeah, if you're doing something, you got to be secured properly, man. Doing something you're not meant to be doing, let's say. Coffee and a rollie here. I'm out of puff. Oh dang! I wish I could send you something, Jax. I would. I'd send you something. Oh no, vid. Thank you. Thank you. Oh no, vid. There should be a vid.
I'm puffing green clouds, no worries, unwind. And I sip my coffee, black gold sunshines. Ain't containing my.
Are you sure there's no vid, Liz? Or are you sure that's not your end? Because it's telling me on OBS that yeah, it should be seeing the video. Yeah, for sure. Right, we just do that.
Vibe, no gates on my sky. Take it easy. Like we just ride. Roof steam, dreaming free in the day.
What about now, Liz? Can you see now? Black screen.
To the wake, to the bake, got my mind in time.
Has anyone else got a black screen? Or is it just Liz? For me, it's okay, Liz. Must have been my end weird. Okay, yeah. I think it's your end, Liz.
In my zone all alone, I define my grind. Rhyme and brew in my cup, it's a show. No bars around, but the spirits they climb. In my peace, in my space, it's sublime. You put a joint in one hand, coffee in the other. No gates, just open roads to discover. Loosen up, breathe in, feel that grind. Up here soaring, I'm one of a kind. Unwind,
My daughter's got me some for my birthday and making me wait. Can't you have sneaky joint off of it right now. She go mental though, isn't she? Yeah. Hey, good morning, Chris. Great to see you. Hey, Chris, the battery's gone in that. Chris, the batteries are gone in that. What do I do? Open up the back with the screws and just replace every battery? Is that what I do? They're the square ones, right? They're the square ones, are they the square batteries? I don't know how it ran out so quick. I'm sure I turned it off. I'm sure I switched it off. Hey Jim, how you doing? Yeah, that's Jim, right? Magnet. Yeah, it's Jim. Only seeing my comments. What? That's all right. Liz, don't worry about it. Yeah. Well, only seeing my comments. Can everyone see Chill's comments? And Chill, can you see everybody else's comments? I don't know what's going on this morning. It's been a bit crazy one, right? Hey, good morning, Laura. Great to see you. Martin, great to see you too. Get Duracells. All right, mate. Yeah, I will do. Yeah. Do the batteries normally go quick though, Chris? I mean, I don't think I've used it that amount of times for it to go that quick. I must have left it on or something. I must have. Or it switched on or something. I don't know. Because the button comes out, doesn't it? I put it in a box. I wonder if when I put it in the box, it's switched the button. I don't know. Oh, is it your birthday Monday? Is it, Jax? Is it your birthday Monday, Jax? Who's timing out? Walking. No one should be timed out. Amazing. No one should be getting timed out. You getting timed out, Laura? No, I can see Laura there. Hey Brian, good morning. Oh no, I was timing Josh last night. Oh no, I was timing out Josh last night. Was your one? Am I doing that? Yeah, I'd do that. It's Laura. If I'd do that sometimes, but it's just as a joke. It'd be like a 10-second or 60-second. Just if you're in a chat and someone comes in, that ain't got a wrench. I normally do it just to wind them up, have a laugh. But it isn't malicious or nothing like that. I don't know if that's what Honor's doing there. I don't know if that's what Honor was doing, but yeah, it's just a little wind-up tour, isn't it? 60 seconds. Yeah. So yeah, it was the funny. Yeah. So he's having a wind-up. Keep folks on their toes, Jim. I timed that Martin Lightly of. I banned him. Josh was trying to wrench up. You got honour there. You got honour there. Timing him out. Hey, good morning, I'm the... Oh, that bloody vape this morning. Good morning, I'm the... How you doing? I think I need a coffee. I've already had a lemon and honey drink. Grab a coffee.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. When you've got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. Downtown, just listen to the music of the traffic in the city. Linger on the sidewalk where the neon signs are pretty. How can you lose? The lights are much brighter there. You can't forget all your troubles, forget all your cares. So go downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. No finer place for sure. Downtown, everything's waiting for you. Don't hang around and let your problems surround you. There are movie shows downtown. Maybe you know some little places to go to where they never close. Downtown, just listen to the rhythm of a gentle bossa nova. You'll be dancing with them too before the night is over. Happy again. The lights are much brighter there. You can't forget all your troubles, forget all your cares. So go downtown, where all the lights are bright. Downtown, waiting for you tonight. Downtown, you're gonna be alright now. Downtown, and you may find somebody kind to help and understand you. Someone who is just like you and needs a gentle hand to guide them along. So maybe I'll see you there. We can't forget all our troubles, forget all our cares. So go downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. Don't wait a minute more. Downtown, everything's waiting for you.
Downtown, downtown.
Downtown, downtown,
Change your heart. Look around you. Change your heart. It will astound you. I need your loving like the sunshine, and everybody's gotta learn sometime. Everybody's gotta learn sometime. Everybody's gotta learn sometime. Change your heart. Look around you. Change your heart. It will astound you. I need your loving, like the sunshine. Everybody's gotta learn sometime. 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 Everybody's gotta learn sometime.
Right, guys, I just had to wash it. Everyone's gotta learn sometime. Hey Ron Cheswick, how you doing, guys? How you doing? Give us 5 minutes, I'll start working properly. Hey there, Emmett, how you doing? I just wish they would go on a little bit earlier, Liz. If Iron Realm went on like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock UK time, that would probably completely mess them up. It's not viable for them to do it at that time. If they did, I think a lot more people from the UK would be listening. It's just the timing. At that time, my eyes are starting to roll. I'm starting to feel sleepy. I find it really difficult to stay focused and stay up. Especially if I've had a couple of drops. I've had like a drop or two of RSO, like about 10 o'clock. Within an hour, my eyes are nearly shut. So it's quite tough to keep focus, especially at that time of night. I just wish they would do it maybe an hour or two earlier. That'd be brilliant. But I don't understand why they couldn't time in the time zones. Chills was in bed early. Hey, hello Dan, how you doing? Used to be 10. Yeah, 10 would probably be better. I could probably catch an hour of it. But 11, 12-ish, that's just too late, man. I'm too tired by then. You got to remember, we've been vaping all day long. And have a couple of drops of the old super juice, and the next minute you're on your back. It's a really busy day for John. Yeah, he does the morning session, doesn't he? Then he does the late session. He might even go and do like with Natchy or something like that. Have a chat with Natchy. So yeah, all busy, man. All busy. You was just knackered, was your Chills? Just from 2 a.m. for me. Wow. I'm smashing pipes down. Sounds quite interesting, Emmett. Too stoned to chat. Yeah, that's what I get like as well. I get like that. Just too out of my head to type. You know, I'm reading the chat, I'm listening in, got a smile on my face, but can I be asked to say something in the chat? Right now, no, because I'm way too high. So yeah, I get like that, just too stoned to chat, but you can still have a laugh. I just laugh at the people in the chat, what people say. Up all night, sleep all day. Yeah, I know people like that. I'll be told I have a sultry voice over the phone. Oh, do you, Imther? Do you? Imther's got a bit of a sexy voice on the phone. Wow. We would always say no dope, no hop. No hip, no hop. No dope, no hop. This is the new one from Double Need. This is the new one. Quite like it. It's a bit. It's not like the other ones that he does. It's a little bit heavier. What on there? Was that your mum that said that? What? I'm not too sure, Jax. I haven't spotted him. But we've got another. We've got another Fruit Loop. We've got another one. Where is he? There he is. There with a hat. With this sort of feminine. What was it called? What was this film? Fame. Do you remember the Fame tops? Do you remember Fame? I wanna live forever. Remember that when you was growing up, right? He's got one of those Fame tops on, like showing all his belly. But oh god, no, big. Sixty says can't get anything legal and decent in the UK, hence it's lawful to smoke green in my house. I'm coming to your house, Sixties. Coming to your house to smoke a big fat joint. Or you can smoke the joint and I'll have a vape. I might have a sneaky toke. I have a couple of tokes. Oh, is it a transistor? Oh no. Transistor. Bane! I wanna live forever. He's a transistor. That's hilarious. He's a transmission. A trans on a mission. I can't see Baggy Pants. Where's Baggy Pants? I just can't see him anywhere. I wonder if it's like too late for him. If it's a bit late, isn't it? It's not in the daytime. Might be on his meds and stuff. So. Hey, good morning, Winston. Good morning to you. Hope you're good. That would be hilarious if he started body popping and breakdancing. That would be. Look at this dude. Go for it. Let's check him out again. This dude here. Look at this dude on the left with the guy with the helium balloon. The helium balloon. Is this in Berlin? Is this still in Berlin? I don't know if this guy lives in Berlin or not. Or does he just do these shows in Berlin? What? I have a new neighbour. We only just met. He gave me some Viagra, and now he don't talk to me. He didn't ask me if I have a chick. I don't have one, but it was great. What? Eric, that's your neighbour give you some Viagra. What? Your neighbour just come up to you and went, "Here, get some of those down your neck." What? Why would he want to give you this? Does he fancy you? Does he fancy you, Emmett? Never know these days. I mean, I think we should never address Fight the Flat Earth by Craig. I'm the Craig, not him. He's bad representation of Craig. See, we shouldn't. This is what I mean, and I've been saying this for a long time, and everyone can tell you in the chat. We should not be giving people like Craig McToon, Simon Dan, and these clowns, Dave McKeegan. We shouldn't be giving them a platform. No, mate. It doesn't matter if Craig's sobbing and crying his eyes out, going, "I need money to feed my kids and family," like he does. He plays the emotional card. No. You go and get your own content. It's time to starve. It's time to starve all these trolls. Flat Earthers should stop just having them talk. We don't need them. Jaren doesn't need Fight the Flat Earth and all these guys. He doesn't need them. Jaren could do that show on his own quite easily. For me, it's to do with money. It's to do with entertainment and money. And to be quite honest with you, listening to Craig isn't entertaining. It isn't. It might be entertaining at first, but it starts to grind on you because you know the game that he's playing. Once you know the game that Craig's playing, it's like, you know, it's over. You know, you shouldn't be entertaining these fools. You shouldn't be having them on your platform. And I've been saying this like for how long? Since he's been doing it, and actually before that. They don't care about the truth. No, they don't. They don't. They just want to spew out and regurgitate the shit that's in their mind and try and look intelligent at the same time. But to me, Craig is the biggest imbecile on the internet. He really is. And he's a criminal. He's an actual criminal. He attacked an old lady. That's just facts, right? It's facts. Hence the thumbnail. But yeah, if I heard right, I did hear this. I'm sure someone said the other day that I think Jaren's going to stop with all those. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. That's what I heard. So I'll put my hands up. It's a good one, Jaren. If he has, I can't see it because it's probably too much money generated from it, and they're all into the bucks, right? So, no, it'd just be nice. It'd be nice if Jaren just went, "I'm done with you guys. Don't really need you. I've helped you out enough. Now do one." It's got to happen sometime. It has to happen because he can't carry on like this, the way it is at the moment. With these clowns thinking they can go anywhere and have these conversations, and they're making a shitload of money off it. Nah, and no one else is. I think you've got to be a bit retarded to entertain these fools, to be honest. I mean, who would want to entertain someone? Who would want to entertain a couple of people that look like lesbian school teachers? The old art school teacher that you used to have, the art teacher that was a lesbian. I used to have a lesbian school teacher. It's hilarious. But Craig and McToon look like her. Like they actually do. The same glasses, the same feminine sort of masculine, feminine sort of traits. Both of them have got it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Ches. Right. Ches. Bro Sanchez paid Fight the Flat Earth £1,000 for his, was it £1,000 or $1,000? £1,000 for a debate. So, what's going on? What the hell is going on? If Bro Sanchez is paying Craig £1,000, come on. That's disgusting. That really is. That's just terrible, man. We should not be entertaining these fools. Absolutely not. If they can't even get the balls to pick their pants up and go and have a discussion with, let's say, Dell about motion, just a simple topic. If they ain't got the balls to go and do that, well, why is Darren letting them on his show and paying him thousands of quid to chat shit? Yeah, to chat shit, Jax. It's incredible, right? It's incredible. So this is what I mean. People have forgotten all these things. We've been saying this for years about these characters. We've been saying it since day dot about these characters. Fight the Flat Earth, McToon, McKeegan, Simon Dan, all these plants that were planted in when the algorithm come out, because they couldn't come in before the algorithm because they would have got destroyed, kicked to the curb. Because that's what we was doing to all the Globies that come in, destroyed next. But they had to wait for the algorithm to come in, and that's when you started to see these weirdos turn up. Because they knew their content was going to be pushed straight to the front. That's why they all come in after the algorithm. It's you check the timeline out. Just check the timeline out. But you had to have been there and been involved and seen it all to know the timeline, right? Hey, good morning, Free. How you doing, Free? Free Peachy, Freezy Peach in the house. Big shout out to Dave. Big shout out to Dave's Waffle House if you're listening. Yeah, I'm like that. That's the way I'm seeing it, Ches. Listen, I don't mind the actual flat earthers themselves making a bit of money out of it now. I've got past the flat earthers. But the anti-flat earthers, the fight the flat earths and all that, why are we paying them £1,000? Bro Sanchez should be ashamed of himself, man. He's really puts a bad taste in people's mouths when it comes to the truth and flat earth. Because the only thing bro's interested in is money. You can see it. Disgraceful. I mean, I just hope Jaron just sees the light eventually about these guys. Because they've already mission accomplished. For Craig and all McToon and all that, mission accomplished was when they got onto Jaron's show. Jaron didn't even know it. Jaron didn't know, did he? Their mission was to get onto that show, Jaron. And you allowed it. It's insane. Absolute insanity. And paid them. Incredible. Incredible. Money makes the world go round and is the root of all evil.
Thank you again. That was Trouble Need for you tonight.
And the root. So we got a couple of. Who we got in here now? We must have a couple of Craig tards coming, lurking around. We got a couple of Craig tards lurking. 86%. Should flat earthers give laws like fight the flat earth and FE platform? We've got. Do we have actual globers listening right now? Craig's got to be listening. He's got to be, because no one else is going to push that except for Craig, McToon, or another couple of these paedophilic weirdos. Because that's the vibes I get from all these guys. Weirdos. McToon, like, you get a Buffalo Bill vibe off of McToon, didn't you? Craig, you get this feminine lesbian school teacher as well. It's just weird. And then there's that other guy from Newcastle with the rings in his ears and looking like some sort of retard. But they've infiltrated. The reason why I go on them personally and character-wise is because they've infiltrated Flat Earth, all of them. This is why I go hard on these guys, because they've infiltrated. I wanted to say. They've infiltrated the Flat Earth, come in here, demanding monies and getting paid and demanding to be on shows and just nonsense. They turned it into a shit show. It was all right before all those lot turned up. 14%. Unbelievable. The Estrogen Boys. That's hilarious. The Estrogen Boys. I want to make a song called The Estrogen Boys.
You held it in your hands. I had flashes. But you saw the plan.
Hey Jason, how you doing?
For years. While you just stayed in your room. I saw the crescent.
Teacher who has decided an app we need to download. Apps. This app shit. I can't stand it. Does anyone else apps are really getting on their nerves? I mean, I haven't had to deal with apps for years because I haven't got one of those phones, so. But everyone's talking about apps and apps this, apps that, apps. Stick the apps up your, you know where the sun don't shine.
Turnstiles with the wind at your heels. You stretched for the stars and you know how it feels to reach too high.
You've just reminded me, dude, I've found the ultimate busker. Wait till you see this, dude. I'll send the link around. Oh, right. There's a...
I was grounded. While you filled the skies, I was dumbfounded.
Planet of the apps.
You cut
The app store, get more. Oh, no, it's just apps, isn't it? I can't stand them. And then you got people like teachers and that going, you need to download this app, you need to download this app, you need this app, you need this app. What happens if you say, well, I ain't got one of those phones? Then what? Oh, you have to buy an iPhone. No, I don't.
saw the crescent. You saw the whole of the moon.
neighbourhood. Oh, is that? The police told you to shoot and make sure to kill. Or what? Cop said to be sure to kill so you don't get sued. That's crazy. Hey fam, we got Shadow Band in the house. Fam, aka FAM. I'm in California, David. Yeah, I know. I know you're in Cali, Laura. I thought hearing that from a copper would be crazy in the UK. If a copper said that in the UK, you could probably take him to court. Seriously. He said just shoot and make sure you kill him because you don't want to get sued. That's insane. I can't believe there's that mentality. Police have got to that mentality. Just kill them. Just shoot them. But it says a lot, doesn't it, about society, right? The way the system is and the way the poor are poor and they've got to go out to survive, they're committing crimes, and then the police are telling people to shoot them. Oh, man. This place has gone totally insane. Clown posse.
Wide oceans full of tears, flags, rags, ferry boats, scimitars and scars. Every precious dream and vision underneath the stars. Yes, you climbed
Our business got sued when burglars broke in, fell through the... What?
like a comet.
How can you get sued for that? How do you get sued for that, Laura? Come on. So some people were trying to burgle Laura's business. They've fallen through the roof, and then they sued Laura for falling through the roof. What? How is that even possible? Shouldn't the crime of the burglary be pushed to the, should be more important? The crime of them breaking into your property and trying to steal stuff? How do you get sued in that situation? I can't. My brain just doesn't compute that. I'm in California. Okay, yeah, okay. I get it now. California, Cation. What? It is crazy out in California then, isn't it? Someone tried to break into your shed. They fall through the roof, hurt themselves, and they sue you for it. What is this place come to? It's like feeding the homeless. You go around and you start getting these police following you and wanting to arrest you. You're not allowed to in parts of America. You're not allowed to feed the homeless people. I mean, it's pure satanic, this place. Inverted, twisted, mirrored, satanic. Just think about yourself. Only you. Don't think about others. People worse off than you. No, don't think about those. Just think about yourself. Right, that's it. It's disgraceful. At least years ago, you used to think about your fellow man, and help them out, your next door neighbour. These days, you don't even know your next door neighbour. They don't even speak English. It's just a fact. Just a fact of this place at the moment.
too far, too soon. You saw the whole of the moon.
Hey, True Earth Cherry Popper, how you doing? Hey, Sherlock. What's up? No shit, Sherlocks. No shit, Sherlock. I totally agree. The world has gone to pot. It has. It has. I don't even like it. I used to love just looking at like a forest and the clouds, just simple stuff. Right now, it's just turned into such a shit show that you're distracted from even like looking, aren't you? Everything is like. Horrible at the moment. Vibe, people, the attitude, no compassion in people. all gone. It's gone. It used to be like that. In the 90s, it used to be like that. In the 90s. It was a fun place to live. Great. You still had, like, I would say, freedom. Now you ain't. It's totally illusionary freedom at the moment. Hey, Gary, what's up? Legislation has turned the world upside down. Legislation with a dash of Satanism. Yeah. Put it all in a pot. My 10-year-old grandson told me last Sunday he wished he was... What? Yeah, this is what I mean. If you've got 10-year-olds saying that, we've got a serious problem in society. If you've got a 10-year-old saying that, there's a problem with the system, society, everything. Kids shouldn't... That thought, a 10-year-old shouldn't even have that thought in his head. Shouldn't have that. Should be playing, being a kid and doing kid stuff, right? Shouldn't be like thinking about life and death and contemplating life at 10. I mean, this is what I mean. Just let the kids be kids. Let them be kids. Stop filling their minds up with jargon and nonsense. Tosh. Making them suicidal. This is just terrible. It depresses me, man. It depresses me because it could be so different, this place. It could be so beautiful. Because nature itself is, to me, yeah, the clouds, the trees, insects, that's God. That's the creator. And that in itself is beautiful. But what we've come along and turned it into a shit show. We want to kill everything that's alive. We want to put death, concrete on top of life. Cut down all the trees and put concrete on top of it. And then we've got to sustain that. If you left that road for 5 years, you'll have all grasses coming through. So we've got to keep coming along, humans, cutting down all the life just to sustain the death that we've put on top of it. It's just terrible. The vibe is horrible. Everyone's in their own world of just making money, and it's just, yeah, it's got into a sad state of affairs. Unfortunately, it really has. And yeah, I'm kind of sorry. I don't want nothing to do with it. Don't want nothing to do with it. Gender blur got the kids all confused. Teaching yeah, Big P. That's a big part of it, Big P. When you start teaching children at the age of 5, let's say, about genders and all this shit, you're going to get problems. You're going to have problem children coming up. When they start hitting 10, 11, 12. There's going to be serious problems. And that's exactly what they did. It was all done on purpose, and that's what's happening right now. It's to set the next generation against the older generation. It's always done like that. That's why they brought out the raving in the 90s, to set us against the generation before. It's a game that's been played on you. You don't even know you're part of it. Hey, Brendan, what's up? Oh, good to see you, Brent. Really good to see you, dude. It's control of all things, yeah. The more control they can get, divisive, yeah. Divide and conquer. What it's about. Choking Gaia. Signs everywhere, signs, yeah. It's sad, man. It's sad, but people that know the game, that can obviously see the game that's going on, even the powers to be know, people that know that, it's affecting them. Yeah, it's making them depressed, because, not depressed, but, it's bringing down your vibe massively, if you know the game. But that's what I mean, you've got to try your hardest to rise above that. What you've got to rise above, you have to. You can't let it affect you, because if it affects you, they can control you. As soon as you let them in with the fear, they've got you. You're like putty to them. You can mould you into any shape. You really can. So you be aware. Be really aware of that. You're right. You don't seem to see enough young people fighting it. Yeah, because they've got them. They've got their minds, Gary. They've already got them. The generation, they've already got them believing there's all these genders and all this stuff, and then you know you try and have a conversation with a young'un, and it's almost impossible because their head is filled up with so much nonsense. Unless someone's really open-minded and you know they want to talk about some truths, you can probably have a good conversation with that. But if it's combative, no, you're just going to go back and forth, and the anger's going to get worse. You're going to start arguing and stupid stuff. But yeah, the younguns ain't fighting it because their minds have gone. They're already got them. Bodybuilder. Chemical food shitstorm, yeah. I mean, where do you turn? I mean, they're actually attacking you from every single angle possible. The food, in the air, in the water, spiritually, physically, you're being attacked. Frequency-wise, well, all the frequencies out in the ether everywhere and all around you. You're in a soup of like chemicals and death. So that's what they've done. You've got to. I've got to laugh because otherwise it just drives you insane if you go too deep into it. There's no attention span. Yeah. It's all that. Is it ADHD and all that, and all these new illnesses or whatever they are? These kids are. We never had them when I grew up. He just was a kid. You know, that's what kids do. You know, oh, he's got a short attention span. Oh, he's just a kid, isn't he? You know, or he's hyperactive. You know, that's what kids do. You know, I was out from early hours of the morning, especially in the summer when I was a kid, all the way right till tea. Out all day long, climbing trees, scrumping, walking up the town, and doing loads of stuff. I was never. We was never indoors as a generation. Our generation was always outdoors. Always. It was to be indoors was like really lame. To be indoors playing video games or anything like this was just the lamest stuff. Who'd want to do that when you can go outside and meet loads of people in the flesh? Yeah, talk to people, learn how to have conversations and interact properly, right? Not over devices, and it causes a schism then in the youth because they don't have that connection with other humans and they don't know how to interact properly. That's why we've got all these problems. That's why we have all these problems right now. It's just, and it's all done on purpose. That's the thing that gets me. It's all done on purpose. They just want to destroy these young minds for some reason. Well, we do know why. We do know why. Because of the big game. I spent every day saying, Laura, I did as well. I was always down the headmasters, sitting on the chairs outside the office because I was just naughty. I was bored. In fact, I found school boring. It was easy. I found it easy. Really, you know, I was bored because it was easy. That's why. And I used to disrupt. I used to, like, all my report cards was disruption in class, disruption in class. But I still passed like 4 or 5 my exams. It was just easy. I just found it really easy. So I was bored. I was bored most of the time. School for me was my lunch break. Jim, that's hilarious. Lunch break behind the sheds, a couple of cigarettes, yeah, sniff some glue or some Tipex and go back to school. I never sniffed glue or Tipex, but I did know people that did. I knew people that did at school. Crazy, man. Hey, good morning, Tony D. Great to see you, dude. I graduated with a 4.5. I don't know what that is. Laura, 4.5. That must be something American. Made my own business at 10 years of what? Shooting cards in the day. Okay. And minding them outside nightclubs overnight. I was quids in as a kid. Shit loads of sweets and comics. Panini. Football cards. Yeah, me too. I was subtly disruptive. Yeah. I was exactly the same, David. Yeah, so a lot of us, when it comes to school, we was just bored because it was so easy. So you go to the next. What's the next for boredom is disruption, right? Because you're bored, you start thinking, your brain starts wandering. Yeah, you start thinking, oh, what can I do? Okay, let's go and annoy that person over there. Teacher gets annoyed. The whole classroom's laughing. So you become a disruption, and that's what I become at school because, as I say, it was just too easy. I was bored. Bored kids. But they entertain themselves. So it seems like a lot of us was like kind of like that, right? Interesting. A's alert for North Carolina. Yeah, I was lucky. I was lucky at school really because by the time I was 13 or 14, I already had a job. So my as I say, my granddad had his own engineering company, and I knew as soon as I left school I was going to go and work for him. So the last couple of years at school was just like me looking at the watch. You know, the clock just 6 more months, and I can go and work with my uncles and my granddad. So I was excited. I was excited leaving school because I knew I had a job. I was working with my family. It was engineering as well, metals and welding and all that. So I was loving it, and a lot of it was site work. So we was going to London every day and fitting everything that we made. Brilliant job. I used to love it. Being out in London all the time, meeting all strange people, and and my uncle that I used to work with was a bit of a speedhead, and he used to drink vodka as well in the morning. Oh shit! So he used to take his speed, didn't he, and his vodka. Oh my god! And then we used to load up the van, and then we used to drive to London on the speed and the vodka, right? Crazy. Don't remember being indoors as a youngster, always outside doing stuff. Yep. Same here, Brent. All this staying indoors these days, I just don't get it. Who got all that out there? Why would you want to stay indoors and play a video game? Which is so like the opposite, isn't it? I mean, get out there. It's awesome. Get a few of you together, smoke a few bifters and have a little drink. Be together, get some of the girls. That's what we used to do. It's normal stuff. It is very boring forever. It is boring. They want weakness. Yeah. It's kind of drilled into this generation of the men being really weak and feminine and the women being quite masculine and tough, right? That's why you've got all this nonsense at the moment of like women thinking that they can compete with men in sports when they obviously cannot. Male and females are two completely different species. We've got more muscle mass, bone density. We've got testosterone. We're always on the alert, like looking. This just goes back to the hunter-gathering days. That's all it goes back to, like the natural state. Men are alert. They're aware. They're ready to go. Women are passive, and that's the way women should be, though. That's the way I see it. Loving, family, orientated, thinking about the family constantly, all the time, right? And what's best for the family. That's the way see a real woman. Nothing to do with like money or what you got or what I can get. No, no. If that's the woman you're with the wrong woman, in my opinion. In my opinion. So I've been with women that have just been in it for the money. Other women that are just really nice, earthy women, just connected. That's the girl. That's the woman you want. A Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. Mr. Jones. Like a zigzags. When I have my niece's children, yeah, no TV, we do projects and it makes it's cool, really cool. Yeah, it's the best thing to do, yeah. If you like have your grandkids around and all this sort of stuff, yeah, just turn the TV off. Don't even have it on. Just turn it off completely. Then they've got to think of things to do, right? Like, Nan, Granddad, have you got a PlayStation? No, your PlayStation's outside. Now get out there. That's what my dad would have said to me when I was young. He said, no, get your ass outside. But the parents didn't even want you indoors. They wanted you outside. You know, so your mum could clear up, tidy up, do the hoovering and all that. So we was out really early. As I say, we was out the door really early. It's a shame all of humanity can't feel like what it's to love and to be loved by an animal. Yeah, it's like it's unconditional, isn't it? You know, dogs love and an animal's like love for you. It's like they're not in it for anything else. They're just happy to see you, right? Every time you see your dog wags its tail and got nothing to do with money. It might have something to do with the food. Because the food. But yeah, this is why I don't like zoos. I can't handle zoos. I think I've only ever been to 1 or 2 zoos, and it freaked me out so much. I've never been back. Never been back. When you look into the eyes of a gorilla, and it's basically telling you, "Get me the fuck out of here," I'm unhappy. That's what I felt when I looked in the eyes of a gorilla at a zoo. It was like sad. It was, most animals, but they put they sugarcoat it, don't they? Zoos too. Oh, we need to do this conservation. They need us more than we need that. All this nonsense. No, just release them. It's a show for humans to go and pay their money for the kids to go and look at. It's disgusting. I don't like animal cruelty whatsoever. I can't stand it. Women cruelty as well. You know, men beating up. I just weak ass people. I can't go to the zoo. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I hate zoos, yeah. Jim's with it. I'm very glad to hear you. Yeah, Emmett. I've talked about it before. Zoos and stuff and animals and, you know, mistreatment of animals and just weaker things, species in, you know, people dominating it. I can't stand on that. I don't like bullies. I don't like bullies either, you know. So that's why, you know, I used to go to it was the Poncho's channel, and there was it Cat's Eyes, wasn't it? Cat's Eyes went on the panel once, and someone said or had a go, and she was on there crying her eyes out. It was like kind of she was getting bullied, and I thought to myself, man, if I ever have a channel, I'm never going to let none of the ladies get to that state ever. So that's why I've always said, like, I don't want no abuse of women in the chat. I won't tolerate it. Absolutely not. So yeah. But humans kill everything. You're right, Chills. In fact, if you look at the way nature works and the system in nature, it's actually kill or be killed. isn't it? Think about it. Everything kills everything else in nature. And now when we get, that's quite philosophical, because then you start thinking, well, what God or creator would want to create that? Why would you want to create that? But if you think about it, it's a self-perpetuating system. The realm that we live in is self-healing, isn't it? Heals itself. Nothing really dies. Grass, you know, you take away the grass, or you try and put something out of the grass, it'll just grow through, or life just carries on. Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, I think it's a balance. There's definitely like some sort of balance to this, perfect balance to this system. But yeah, it does make you think. You know, when you start thinking about it, why does everything have to kill everything else to survive? Because that's in nature. That's actually ingrained in nature itself. The creator put that in there. Creator put that in there. Had to have done, right? Unless there was a time where nothing killed anything else and you had lions and lambs sitting next to each other, right? With not worrying about the lambs, not worrying about the lion's going to eat it. Maybe there was a time like that, bliss, where all the creatures got on. Maybe there was, and something's corrupted it. Something's come in and corrupted it. Maybe that corruption was humanity itself that corrupted the system. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there. I don't know. Lots of colour comments in chats. I'll delete it or ban it where I can. Colour comments, fine. Ron, I don't think I've seen coloured comments. Ron might be talking about something else.
Where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show.
Yes, absolutely. So, lions, etc., penned up in the zoos will think that that is all there is. Just kind of like humanity. Kind of like humanity, Tony, right? They will not know about the plains in Africa, more land, just as penned in. Yeah, humans are programmed to think the same. Yeah, exactly the same thing, Tony. Yeah, good stuff. Couldn't have put it better myself. Also, I put you on timeout. Yeah, good stuff.
Opening up the bars and keeping you chained down with mortgage bills and cars, vaccines for your arms, kids sounding like supercharged, caffeinated hate-filled scars and rage-quit repertoires, no answers for yards, caught up in emotion that's not even yours.
We're animals, that's why we're stuck in the middle.
Lined up for
and
your
no getting out.
wars, no remedy.
Kind of depressing chills in it.
In love with the yarn. I'm tired of
We used a goat to
shards, poor science displayed by
goat to milk feed lambs.
The light and a new hand of cards. Been so long, seems like for love. I'm just too hard. I'm just too hard. That's it.
Oh, Cat's Eyes, Liz. Cat's Eyes was a lady that used to come into Ponchos many moons ago. I think Jax might remember Cat's Eyes. A couple of others might in the chat might remember Cat's Eyes. Oh, she was lovely. Yeah, she was a lovely lady. And I remember she just got attacked one day on Ponchos, and she was just left on the stream, just sobbing. It was terrible.
If it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know.
Jim remembers. Yeah, Cats was lovely. She was really nice.
Intoxicated 8 makes
So there's no need. There's no need to to get to a point to make a lady cry on and just leave her crying there. I mean there's no need for that. There's no need to do that.
disdainful state I used to contemplate.
Getting really
how to
weak,
save
people
myself from my
we're
own
dealing with.
self-hate. Wonder why I was even made with a dreadful fate, forced to try and awake with a full plate, no one to help me stay awake or educate.
I'm gonna make another coffee. I remember Cats from Batman channel. Yeah, Cats was lovely. I mean, I don't. She was going live again for a little while, and then she stopped. And she used to come in here, but she stopped coming in here as well. I don't know if she's still into the flat Earth thing and whatever, but yeah, you know, as I say, you get to know everybody in the flat Earth chats. Yeah, she's been in here. She's been in here quite a few times, especially when I was starting and we was coming from Ponchos to here. Yeah, she was coming in quite a lot, and she come in not long. Might have been a year or something ago, or 6 months ago. She popped in. Well, I see her.
Like streams of knowledge leading to God's holy pond and lives of truth that it.
Yeah, cheers, Emmett. Thank you.
Song turns mankind from the wrong. We come in peace with the holy
Matrix Man channel.
Wearing our holy crowns.
FPV knows her well. Yeah, FPV does know her. In fact, yeah, FPV and Cats, they used to chat a lot, didn't they, on his channel? So, yeah, FPV knows her well, I think. Yes. Yeah, she came to FV with me. Yeah. So FPV, yeah, FPV knows Cat size.
If you don't know.
She was either a Nigerian scammer or she was an AI. She was artificial intelligence. One of the two, Jax. One of the two. AI or Nigerian scammer, or one of those Indian scammers, right? What? No way was Pinky a legit person. Never in a million. Never in a million. I think I found everyone through the Beyond the Imaginary Curve chat around 2016. Yeah. You used to go into Poncho's chairs, didn't you? I'm sure you used to go into Poncho's chairs. Oh, see. Oh, chills. Everyone is seeing your comments. I'll see it there. No comments on no going through. I've wrote it 3 times. Different was still it's not working. Try it without the caps quickly. That's weird, isn't it? Is it just a certain text that you're trying to put into there? Because it's been happening with me as well. Chills. I've been typing stuff into people's chats and I press enter and all the name comes up, but anything next to it is all gone. So whatever I've typed in next to it is gone, but my name is still in there. It's kind of weird. And that's been happening a lot with me lately. I don't know if we're getting. Hey Baron, what's up? Right, okay, let's check out a vid. Let's check out a video.
Welcome to.
Oh no, we got the rest of that Dell, haven't we? Thing to watch. In fact, I want to just check this out first. We've watched the best of that Dell one off. I just want to check this out. Understanding the 24-hour Antarctic sun. Now, we watched it because I think what he's saying, Flat Earth and Coffee, is that there is a problem. Let's just watch the reply to what he says because I think he's addressing it here.
Hey guys, welcome back to Flat Earth and Coffee.
Because I was like, well, no, there isn't a problem.
This video will serve
They find a light source there.
video understanding the 24-hour Antarctic sun argument. That video ruffled the feathers of even some flat earthers, so I felt obligated to clarify my stance on what the outcome of any such video would mean to me. First off, the intent, the spirit, the nature of my previous video was just to give understanding to someone who didn't understand the argument. There is an argument. It has been used by me and multiple other people. I'm not the first to use it. And I was trying to be fair to that argument. What I didn't realize I may have inadvertently did is given the impression that the outcome of such an experiment could validate the globe. I don't believe
You did kind of do that, Flat Earth and Coffee, in the previous one. That's why you're addressing it now in this video, because you did kind of do that. Because when I first heard that, I was like, absolutely not. Doesn't matter if they find a light source there. It's still on a plane. The water doesn't allow it to be a spherical ball. It doesn't allow it. Water doesn't stick to the exterior of objects. It has to be contained, and the surface is always level. Don't you understand about that, morons? Show me water sticking. Show me a glass of water sticking to, like, you know, this TV screen, just staying there. Come on. So he did kind of say that. Go back and have a look. Have a look at the previous one before this one.
I said that. I'm pretty sure
You might not meant to do. You might.
I don't think I said that
You might not meant to say it, but it did come across that way.
anywhere. What I did imply is that it would throw a wrench in our current mainstream understanding of flat Earth, our mainstream belief of flat Earth, if you will.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. You said it. Mainstream flat Earth. What is mainstream flat Earth? Please tell me. Is that a pizza dish with a dome over the top of it, out in outer space, floating around? Incredible.
If you will. If we were to tally all the proponents, Earth, if you will, if we would throw a wrench in our current mainstream understanding of flat Earth, our mainstream.
That's the psyop, guys. The mainstream flat Earth model is a psyop. You do realise that? It's a psyop. So Coffee believes the psyop. For some reason, we have no idea what it is. We don't know what it is. That's the real honest truth of the matter. Is nobody actually knows. You can't tell me you've been to the edge and seen the edge. You can't tell me you've touched a dome. You can't tell me this because I know you have not. So from then onwards, it's speculation, assumptions. But to believe that model.
Said that anywhere. What I did imply is that it would throw a wrench in our current mainstream understanding of flat Earth, our mainstream belief of flat Earth, if you will.
It can't do.
If
Nothing can throw a wrench in it. We've already debunked it, the globe, and the physical properties of water don't allow it. So all this throwing wrenches into what and all this is irrelevant. Even if they find a light source down there, and it doesn't mean it's a sphere. It just means they found a light source on the plane across the way. That's all. Doesn't make it a sphere. It's still on a plane, a level, flat plane. The question you should be asking is Antarctica an actual continent on the plane, or is it surrounding us? And then there's more water beyond that ice wall. Because I'm telling you this now, what we've been told, what we observe, the continents, that's all there is. No way. There is definitely more land. 100%. In my opinion, 100% there's more land. And that's what all this domes and solid domes and ice walls, that's what it's there to prevent you from going to see those lands. Because it's finite. It's just like the globe. The globe tried the same thing. How can we not let these people know there's more lands? We wrap it around a ball. They'd be going around in circles. Right? We need a psyop, because the true realm's going to be coming out. We need a psyop to give to it, but we need it to be finite. How do we do it? Well, we just take these land masses, put it on a dish, and put a dome over the top of it. It's exactly the same thing. One's round, a ball, and one's a disc. Beautiful. Perfect. Get it out there. That's what happened.
We were to tally all the proponents and champions of flat Earth, if you will. We go back and we look at ODD TV with 330,000 subs, the late Rob Skiba, 230,000 subs, Jaron with 160,000 subs, Dearth with 100,000, Founded Earth Brothers, 110,000. The list goes on and on. Wits It Gets It, Ben from Taboo Conspiracy, safely in the hundreds of thousands, probably in the millions. Practically every one of those channels has used the AE map to explain seasons. We do have an obligation to try to explain the phenomena.
This is what I mean. You're trying to complicate something that's very, very simple. You need AE maps, a checklist to check that, to look at the sun and make sure it's in the... You don't need any of this. Water's telling you where you are. Water debunks the globe and it's telling you exactly where you are. And it's tangible, it's physical. It's not looking up at skies and thinking, oh, it could be this, or reading out of a textbook, oh, it's this. Or looking at some mathematics, some numbers on a bit of paper, oh, it's that. No. Water's tangible. You can do experiments. This is why we've got them by the balls when it comes to water. No globers want to deal with it.
Validate our model? No. But we are under an... If you're going to claim to use science, you are under an obligation to incorporate all the phenomena, or at least do your best to try. You can't just take a level and put it on the ground.
You was drunk last night, and he was putting Reaper sauce on his hash browns and sausages.
We know
why would
that
you?
People who came to my channel and said,
Why would you do that? Why would you put Reaper sauce on your hash browns? Oh yeah, that's right. You was drunk. Okay. It's a good excuse. It's a good excuse.
I have no correlation to the shape of the Earth. Well, that's not true, right? It does.
Truth over comfort. Welcome. Truth over comfort. Let's give truth over comfort a wrench. Truth over comfort. The only rules are spec the other wrenches and kick out any trolls. That's literally the only rules. There you go. And I like to depower the wrench, so I'll give everyone. If you don't even know what the sun is and what model, and you ain't talking for me and many who question regularly. Yeah. This is what I mean. Some of these flat earthers are projecting their own model onto everybody else and saying, well, this is what most people think, and that's not true. That's far from the truth. Not everyone believes in the religious dish, pizza dish with a dome on top. Not everyone believes that. Look, we know that we're not on a spinning ball of water, right? That's a start. We can all agree with that, right? Then what's after that? That's kind of up for grabs. But but coming from a spinning ball onto a pizza dish, to me, there's no difference. They're exactly the same. Exactly the same. You just squashed it. You just squashed the ball, put a dome over the top of it. Now you're out in space. Still out in space. Floating around. Going nowhere. It's ridiculous. It's a created realm. This is a created realm. Get planets, planetoids, planets, get discs, all this sort of stuff out of your head. Right? We don't know. All we know is that this is a realm that's been created for us, obviously, right? Water dictates this place, right? That's obvious as well. So we go from there. There's no other place to go from. We can't start speculating domes and making assumptions about ice walls. And yeah, we've seen an ice wall, yeah, but does that ice wall go right around us? We've seen an ice wall. I've seen the ice wall. We've all seen footage on it. But as I say, does that go right around us, or is that Greenland? Don't know. It's part of the North Pole. We don't know, right? You don't know. You don't actually know unless you were there.
Sun and the AE map. If you do, let me know. I'm not aware of a way.
I've got to make a drink, guys.
I'm a huge fan of Nathan Oakley. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I try to master all of his arguments. I
My
think he has some
nickname
of the
at
best
junior school was
arguments
Flat.
as a flat
Flat
Earth
Gary.
proponent. And I was out there this week watching his debates, and if it wasn't him, it was a panel member that basically corrected someone in the debate and said, no, we absolutely need the lights in the sky to correlate the flat Earth, to map the flat Earth. Without the stars, we can't get elevation angles. Without elevation angles, we don't have celestial navigation. Without celestial navigation, we don't, that's one way we map the Earth flat. Um, so yeah, there is a correlation between the sun, the stars, to the flat Earth. You can use them to prove the flat Earth model. At least we've tried to explain a lot of these things. So to say it has no relation, well, that's not true. And you can't just hand wave those things away. We are under an obligation to try to incorporate a unified system. You can't just say, I don't care how nothing else works. That is actually not science, right? Now you can hang your hat on 5 arguments or 3 or 2 or 1. You can. That's okay. That's not wrong. But you can't just say everything else doesn't matter. Um, Now, one of the things I thought was understood in my video was that I was I was assuming that you could somehow confirm a 24-hour sun. Now, what does it mean to me? What does it mean to confirm? It means you have to take me to Antarctica, put me at a high vantage point. I have to have an unobstructed view to the horizon, 360 degrees. Then I would have to see a sun, a convincing sun with all the aspects that come along with the sun for 24 hours a day, moving at 15 degrees an hour. And then looking north, I would expect not to see another sun converging in with our sun and diverging out. I would be completely baffled as how they would hide that sun, as that sun would have been being tracked for months as it moved outward from the Arctic to the, for lack of a better term, southern hemisphere. Obviously, I would hope that the people in South America and Australia and New Zealand were certainly still seeing a sun. And if they were, why wouldn't I see that sun when it came, you know, close to where I were? Uh, so yeah, it does cause a problem for the mainstream belief of what the flat earth is. It would probably, but that said, you need a way to verify it. You don't. The only thing that I think will come out of an experiment is another fake video. And if you have any intellectual honesty at all, you will admit that we shouldn't have one fake video. There shouldn't be one. The fact that there's one already invalid, the experiment's already been done to me. It's done. Because you've got fake videos of the Antarctic sun, and those shouldn't exist. Have you ever seen a fake video of the Arctic 24-hour sun? Has anyone ever went out and faked one of those convincingly? Who would do that when you can just go there? Why do we have many? I can't even, I don't know how many I've seen, but it's been a lot. There should be none of those. There are multiples. They're clearly fakes. They're indisputably, irrefutably fakes.
Oh, is he talking?
So
Sorry, I just went and made a
I,
coffee. He's talking about the 24-hour footage from Antarctica, which is cut and all this, and we all know they're fake. It's fake footage, right? Is that what he's talking about?
I know what the outcome is. There is no 24-hour sun because if it existed, you wouldn't have fake video. Um, my take on it was a theoretical take, right, in my last video. So for anyone, now I will say this also, I don't think a flat earther will go there. This experiment, we're talking about the TFE, the final experiment. I don't think I don't think a flat earther will go there. I wouldn't go there. You couldn't give me $1 billion, literally. If
Hey,
Elon Musk
BCB,
himself
welcome.
came on national TV and said, I will give Bobby Thompson $1 billion if he will go to Antarctica, I can assure you I wouldn't take it. Why? One of my favorite passions, now it actually is my favorite passion. My favorite passion is breathing. I love breathing more than any other thing that I do. I think it's breathing. And this is speculation, but I speculate I have adverse reactions to torture. Between those two things, my passion and my adverse reactions, I'm not a candidate to go there. I would be really impressed if any flat earther were going to go.
Who would want to spend 5 days with Dave McKeegan? No one. It'd be the trip from hell. It'd just be an absolute nightmare. No one would want to spend 5 days in Antarctica with Dave McKeegan, would they? It'd just be annoying.
So that's my stance on it. I don't think anyone's going to go there. I don't think it's going to happen. There'll probably be swine flu 2 or something like that. If it does happen, it'll be a bunch of globe earthers that go there with no flat earther, and they'll come back with some marvelous video using all the greatest and latest technology that um, defies why there's fakes.
It's meaningless. It's pointless. It's irrelevant. It really is. They're not going to prove anything. Even if they do record a lie, it's still irrelevant. Water doesn't allow it to be a ball. End of story. Over. And we told you this back in 2015. You still want to bring up nonsense like 24-hour suns and position the stars, and we want a direct measurement of the ground. That's what we want.
Before it, those fakes were,
Not looking up at the stars and the sky and all this.
So
it's all a
this
distraction.
clarifies where I stand. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, take care.
Oh, wrong one, wrong one. Right, we'll watch the rest of Dell's.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right, let us continue on with this discussion. I think this is the real point of contention, I believe, that you and other content creators or flat earthers might have. I think we need to try to nail this down as much as we possibly can. And obviously, I'm not going to take any sides of it. I would consider myself a flat earther if I'm just going to let everybody know outright that I do consider myself a quote unquote a flat earther. I kind of like that term just because it is a little bit abrasive, but I do agree that I don't fully know the flat Earth cosmology, so I don't necessarily agree with the maps that are out there.
Dave
but what I
McKeegan
do
has the
know is that
all-seeing
we've
eye
been lied
symbolism
to,
on his channel.
and what
Yeah,
everybody's
I've
been
seen it,
taught
truth.
over the years in the mainstream media
He's a donkey, isn't he, old Dave McKeegan? What a moron that guy
is a lie. But that being said, again, we are in agreement that some people are liars, but vast majority of people are not. But just getting to this
Is
discussion
Brendan
about,
off? I'm off loads of work today. All
why
right, Brendan,
your
take care,
views are
dude. Have a
kind of
great day, great weekend, and I will see you soon.
controversial. I guess that's one way to put it. Another way is that it's kind of difficult for other people to agree with you, and you feel that they don't agree with you because they have their own biases that they're not really ready to let go of. Am I correct?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are just acting from emotion, and it's not rational, it's not practical what they're advocating for, and they ignore very very important aspects of their position and just glaze over it and resort to just misrepresenting myself, or just offering up total nonsense in response.
That's what I like about banners. A lot of the old school people here, yeah. or we just old, FPV, or we just old.
Let's just talk about what we can talk about, like this relative positioning, and like the example that you were giving me about if I just fell off the airplane blindfolded, I would have no idea what is up or down, other than the fact that I'm moving in a direction. I mean, I would assume I'm moving in a direction, and so I would kind of know what down and up is based on my movement. Would that be correct?
Well, we can look at it from a subjective position, or we can utilize physics yet again. So we have devices that we call accelerometers. So, I'll have to ask some questions just so that we can, first.
If you jumped out of a plane blindfolded, you'd feel the air coming up past you, and you would know what direction you was going. You would know what direction you was going.
Comprehend.
And how much does he weigh? How much does the skydiver weigh when he jumps out? Because is he weightless, or does he still weigh 14 stone? To me, the actual guy still weighs what he weighs.
what we're talking about. Do you comprehend and do you accept that the word force simply means motion?
Okay, so yeah, this is good because I'm gonna tell you that I
Hey,
am very
Schlo.
much an
Hey,
illiterate when it
Schlo.
comes
Our
to that,
favorite
but I would
Germans in
have
the
my
house.
own assumptions about what that means. Like when you say force, I feel that something pushing up against another
BC.
thing would be considered force, in my opinion.
That's correct. In order for us to anything to move, something has to push upon it. There is no such thing as pulling forces. None of these things exist. The mechanisms of motion are that something has to be moving in order to contact something else to put that thing in motion. Would you agree with that, or do you think you have an example contrary to that before we move forward?
Not at the moment, no.
No, I'm going to make the statement that's factual. Force is simply a word that we use. Force, energy, these types of words that we utilize are simply words to describe motion of some kind. Force is not something that you can encapsulate as its own entity. I challenge anybody out there that thinks that they can. If you can isolate energy or force or any of these words that you utilize, people have to comprehend that they are not things in themselves. They are simply the language that we use to try and describe a change or motion, because that's what we're observing. We as human beings observe change, motion, and then we seek to try and understand and establish what caused the motion. So as long as we can agree.
Uh, go ahead.
No, you go
Yeah,
ahead, sir.
so real quick, there's a question from Effed Up World, and I think this is kind of relevant because he is asking, what about magnetism? Would you consider magnetism to be a force as well?
Well, again, you have to ask the questions back again. I'm talking about the principles, the principal comprehension of motion, that being that something presses on something else. Now, it's
Okay.
the burden's on somebody else who thinks that there's a pulling force. Just because you cannot see what goes
I
on
don't think
between two
centrifugal would do
magnets
it.
does not negate.
It would make you stick to the floor. Centrifugal force. It was like spinning, yeah, like on a Ferris wheel. But then you still gonna have like a weird left to right force because of the spin, the shape.
Negate the principles of motion. So, in regards to magnetism, there's a flow of some kind. So, you understand that if you're in a river and you're being pushed along by the river, you comprehend that the water is in motion, pushing on you and pushing you in a particular direction. Correct?
Sergei,
I'm
I remember Sergei.
not sure if I understood you
Boltsev and Dave
correctly.
108 making a collective
Maybe it's the
effort.
accent. Can you
Upcoming
repeat that once more? What about the water?
simultaneous
If that
observation.
world is
Okay.
asking a question on magnetism in regards
I
to
spoke to
Yes,
Sergei.
pulling.
When did I speak to Sergei? I can't remember, but I spoke to him probably about a year ago. Too long.
Force. Now, again, what
I
I'm
think
saying
he had a
is,
live. No, I think Sergei's live
if
or something, and I went in there and I spoke to him just for like 10 minutes.
somebody wants to break the comprehension, the principles of motion, that being that something presses on something else, and wants to utilize magnetism as
Yeah, because it's spinning around and around you, right? Think about if you was at that point where it's going around and you was there, but you got that left to right motion while you're on a massive scale, right? It's giving you the force to be pushed into the ground, right? The centrifugal, but then you still got that left to right. No, the left motion or whatever way it's spinning. Still got that motion as well. I just don't think centrifugal would work. Not at all.
some
It would make you stick to the ground, but when you wanted to go left or right, you might have a problem.
contrary, principle that that it's like me standing in front of you and trying to get you to come towards me without something pressing on you in some way. So, like, I utilize the river as an analogy for magnetism. We can observe a particular flow, a directionality to what we call the magnetic field. So, like I said, if you're in a river and you're being swept
The whole
along by
force
that
vector
river,
mumbo
you
jumbo is
comprehend that the
nonsense.
river is
It
pushing
doesn't
you along.
understand inertia nor liquids.
Oh, yeah, the
They
river.
use centrifugal in
That's the word that
2001
I was
Space
not
Odyssey.
fully
Yeah,
understanding. River, yes.
yeah,
If
but
the
it's
river,
very.
if I'm going
You
down the
notice
river,
it's going really slowly, isn't it? To keep us stuck to this place. This place has, it has to be. If it's a centrifugal thing, you have to be going quite fast, I think. But then I say you still got that left to right motion. You got to imagine yourself on the surface of that object that's been spun around and giving you the centrifugal force to stick to the bottom of that, and then think about you're going around and around. Then you try to walk from left to right. I just don't think that would work. Centrifugal. The upward motion makes more sense because there is no sort of directional left to right. Get what I'm saying? You've got it rising up, so it's making you pushing into your feet, right? But there is no like left to right weirdness going on. Like centrifugal, I think you'd have that.
I would say that the water is the thing that is pushing me down the river. Yes.
Yeah. So the very same thing is there with magnetism. It's a flow, it's a directional flow of some kind that's affecting matter.
The maddest thing about 2001 Space Odyssey is
it's still
Rig Beef
pushing,
from Rising Damp
in the
is in
traditional
space.
sense. In the same way, it's a flow of something, and just like a river, the water is the medium. Would that be correct to say the water is the medium?
Yes, you can use other examples like a vacuum cleaner. When you switch the vacuum cleaner on, people think that the vacuum sucks things into the vacuum cleaner. That's not what's happening. What you're doing is you're creating a lower pressure, and the higher pressure surrounding that flows in that direction and carries particulates into the chamber. So it's the very same principles. You cannot break those principles of motion.
Yeah. So like in that example that you were just giving with the vacuum, is the air that becomes the medium rather than the water, and the particulates are the body that is being carried by the air from the low pressure to a high pressure, or is it the other way around? Is it the
high pressure,
high pressure to the high pressure to the low pressure, right?
Yeah, exactly. So again, just
stoners, musicians, artists aren't the best organisers.
When I
Trust
say there's
me,
no such
I'm
thing as
all
a pulling
three.
force, they think that magnetism negates that. Again, it's up to these people to convey if they think there's some mystical pulling force which is totally absurd and obscure to what we know as practical human beings. Then by all means,
interesting.
Lay that
make a
out
sound.
for me. But as far as I'm concerned, magnetism is a directional flow of some kind, and that's what's affecting.
The sound would be external, wouldn't it? If it is rising up, and it is in some sort of dome or whatever, some contained confinement. If it's like that, no, you wouldn't hear it. Sound would be the outside, wouldn't it? If it did make a noise.
Affecting the particulates. So it doesn't negate the principles of motion as we've established.
Good point, no truth. Good point.
Right. Okay. So let us continue. So again, we are in agreement that force is, something pushing up against another. So can you continue on with your explanation about the downward vector?
Yeah. So if I'm simply sitting here and I hold an object in my hand and I release that object, then the claim from a stationary Earth or a globe Earth position is that the object then moved from the position I was holding it at towards the Earth. So now we have a problem, because from a position of stationary to moving, you require a force. And remember, we've agreed and we've established that a force is simply something that's in motion in a particular direction, affecting something else and pushing it in that direction. So for anybody to then claim that things are going down towards the
Earth, should have a constant fall wind of 10 meters a second.
And if there is a
9.8 meters squared a second. Is that what you're saying? There should be a downwind if it was rising up slow. So the force, the speed of what is going up is the wind that we should be feeling coming down. Is that what you're saying? Interesting point. But what Dell would say is like it's all moving as one, right? it's all connected. It's all moving as one. Nothing's actually disconnected from it. Even the space, all going.
Force acting, we have devices that we call accelerometers. We can utilize an accelerometer in a digital fashion or an analog fashion. Now, when we release these objects into what we call free fall, absolutely none of these devices detect the presence of a force of any.
I mean, that's what we got to get to the bottom of. The crux is, why does density and buoyancy disappear in free fall? Dale says because it's motion, right? The Earth's in motion. When it's stuck to the Earth, you see these things. When it ain't, they don't exist, right? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Have you seen the experiment with the slinky and the ping pong ball, guys? So the slinky is in the water, right? It's attached to the bottom. The slinky is, and at the top is the ping pong ball attached to that, and it's floating on top. Right, so you've got like a gradient there, right? Heavier to the lightest at the top, right? That's when it's attached to the Earth. It's like that. You release that. I'm not shitting you guys. The slinky comes up and the ping pong ball comes down, and they both meet in the middle of the water. Think about that. When they're attached to the ground, you've got the gradient in the bowl, right? Densest right at the bottom, thickest part of the slinky going right up to the ping pong ball. When you release that, ping pong ball comes down into the water and the slinky comes up, and they hit each other in the middle of the water. When you attach it back to the thing, bang, there you go. Now, what's going on? What is going on? Come on. You've got to be real about this. I mean, Globies ain't touching it. Globies ain't going nowhere near this. Flat Earthers are mocking it. Some Flat Earthers are. They're not getting to it to the point of the mad age. Why does buoyancy and density cease to exist in freefall? What is going on there? Right there. And I always said that's where it is. That's where the argument is, right there. And do you know what? To be quite honest, I'm glad Dell's carried on
Any kind.
with this.
Do you know how they work, these accelerometers, and what are they measuring exactly? Because is that just
Inertia
from a car?
Inertia. It's a pretty crazy, to be honest with you, it's one of the craziest experiments I've seen for a long time. It's one of the craziest things I've seen for a long time. I've got to admit, when you've seen it and it's attached to the Earth and it's all stretched out the way it should be, and then when you let go, they both compact to the middle. It's just like, what? Oh yeah, it's pretty insane, man.
Or 20 miles an hour. That's an acceleration of force, right? Is that what we're talking about here? What
Yes.
an accelerometer is?
Yeah, a simple accelerometer is a vessel with water and air in it. So when I apply a force, and this is where the problem comes for things like the heliocentric model. When we apply force to that system, like a bottle with air and water in it, a simple accelerometer, I can only directly affect the solid matter. So when force acts upon the solid matter, the other matter within it, that being the air and the liquid, the water, it remains in its position or its motion. As soon as I apply a force to that, we see a displacement of the gas and liquids. So if you had a water bottle in front of you right now,
I know 2 people who were stabbed this week. Damn.
You will note that the air goes to the front.
You know 2 people, Jason, that have been stabbed this week. Yeah. It's gunplay in America, knife play in the UK. And gunplay. We do both. Oh god, this place has just gone to shit, hasn't it? Can't go out no more. All these clowns. It's just
and the
unbelievable.
water to the back. So you can accelerate that accelerometer in any direction you like, and you will see a displacement, and that displacement will show you the direction the force is traveling.
Carol Appel. Hello, Carol.
Okay, so you're talking about like a
Welcome.
side-to-side
I'm
motion.
going to give you a
So
wrench.
if I have a bottle, right, and then it's half full with water,
Yeah.
and then I am basically I have it on a table, like sideways, right, and then I just push that bottle. I would have that water pushed to the back or the bottom part of the bottle. Or the direction opposite of where I'm pushing. Is this what you're talking about?
So, Carol, there's two rules. Respect the other wrenches and kick out any trolls. Okay, that's it.
Front, that being towards the ground as you accelerate it towards the ground.
Right. So rather than just if I drop the bottle, the water would not move at all. But if I like threw the bottle like towards the ground, that's faster than the actual natural pull of whatever this.
My friend and the security guard in a local shop. Insane. Insane.
Right? Is that what you're talking about?
Well,
yeah,
that's you assuming that there is.
It's not shocking though, is it? Like, a few years ago, you'd be like, "Holy shit!" You'd be quite shocked about that. But these days, it's just like it's happening everywhere. Everyone's getting. I mean, I had a murder down right outside this flat. Last year was it? Last year, I can't remember when. But yeah, it was all cornered off. I went down and asked the police. He said, "Yeah, someone got stabbed and killed." Yeah, right. I've got a little car park in front of these flats. Behind these flats, there's a little car park with some garages, right? And behind them garages is where it happened. Literally, 30 meters away.
Again, there is no detection of the downward vector, but yeah.
Hey, Jem. Good morning to you, Jem.
Towards the Earth, you will see an inversion of the air being now towards the Earth and the water at the back of the bottle towards the sky.
Yeah. I didn't mean that. I guess I need to rephrase it so that we're because I need to be on the same page with you.
Everyone gets a wrench, Carol. It's I'm trying to depower the wrench. I'm trying to depower the wrench, so everyone gets a wrench. Yeah, as I say, Carol, if you respect the other wrenches, pick out any trolls, mate. You'll be good. You'll be good. But as I say, you probably don't have to do that. There's loads of people in here that's going to do that anyway. Hey, calm down. How you doing? You got to peep this. Peep this. Peep this. Let's peep it. I turned up to the security guard thing. There was blood. Oh, what? It was nasty. Half hour later, the cops still had not turned up yet. Typical. Typical. Oh no, we've got so what's this? Lenny Kravitz. Like his guitar, Ches. One-man band. Overcastle, I don't think this is a dating stream. How you doing, Nova? I hope you're good. Jimi Hendrix crossed with who's that other dude? Lenny Kravitz, Jimi Hendrix. So. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? That double guitar. Don't see many of these, do you? These double guitars these days. It's quite big as well, the way it comes. That's the normal shape, isn't it? It comes down there. So you got all this extra. Is this what you got to test with, Ches? Is this guy from Liverpool, is he? Lenny Hendrix. Lenny Hendrix. It's Lenny Hendrix. It really is. Good one, good one. Lenny Kravitz, yes. On a bad day, yeah. Jimmy Kravitz. Jimmy Kravitz. Oh, cool, dude. Cool. Oh, he's talented for sure, man. You can tell, can't you? What's this? Is that like a maraca thing on his wrist there? Is that giving him like a sound? It must be, right? Like, must have like little seeds in there or something. It's making like a noise or. That's so strange, isn't it? It's like attached to his hand or to his wrist. That might be. Oh yeah, it was. You heard it clink. It had like a high pitch kind of clink to it. Oh, is it a miniature? They call it the round thing with the little bells on them. It's easy. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Right, let's check that. Let's check this one out. Star Trails. Oh, is it music? It's music. Calm down. It's music. All right, we'll watch this and then we get back to the video. Yeah, it's a miniature tambourine. That's the word I was looking for. BCB and Jax. I had a brain fart. Yeah, a miniature tambourine. Oh, that's what I think it was. Honor's got a little miniature tambourine. Lenny Hendrix. Got a wee mini scooter. It's not bad. It's not a tambourine. It's a bead shaker. Yeah. No, it made a tambourine noise. It made the noise of a miniature tambourine. That's what it made the noise of. You heard it like clink. It was like metal, like the two metal things. Definitely. Yeah, because when he moved his hand, it clinked like a tambourine. You heard it. If they were like, if it was a like maraca shaker, it'd make a different noise. Like, you know what they sound like. I'm not going to try and explain it. Maracas, yeah. If there was like maracas, it makes that maraca noise. Are those NPCs walking around aimlessly, except for those that interact with the? Yeah. Probably, Ron. They're all computer programs, except for the ones that put the money in, right?
Just
never noticed the tambourine. I was way too busy thinking, what the fuck is he doing with his feet? Yeah, he's definitely one of those one-man band types, right? Good, talented, man. Talented, for sure. But that was different, like dubsteppy, dartrally, dubsteppy. Right. Yeah, that was good. That Cheers, that was good. Let's
You
get back onto this.
that if I just held the bottle upright without actually, if I just dropped the bottle, the water would remain at the bottom of the bottle, the
Yep.
same as the bottle itself, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And then if I throw the bottle, right, faster than that dropping rate, then the water would be moving outwards compared to the bottle.
Yep, because that's what happens when there's a force present. When there's a force acting, that's exactly what we see. That's what we witness.
Okay, so we're on the same page thus far. So where does some of these other content creators and you start to diverge in terms of you guys' understanding of what we're talking about here, in your opinion?
Well, it's as I say, there's a commonality between the globe Earth and the stationary flat Earth. That being that things accelerate towards the Earth. Now, the tests show that the tests show you that there is no downwards acceleration of anything, because if there was a force acting, as we can comprehend, you would get a detection of that.
Liz, yeah, I think a lot of people are still the plastic bottle still gets me. What about the physics inside the bottle, Liz? That's pretty insane, though, isn't it? The slinky and the ping pong ball. That's pretty insane, man. You've got to check it out for yourself, guys. I'm not going to tell you to go and look at it and just come to your own conclusions when you're looking at it. I mean, pretty self-evident, isn't it?
We see that happens is that it's the removal of force when things go. So, like if you have an air bubble rising through a medium, and something, in regards to the stationary Earth, something sinking within that medium. So you've now got a double vector, you've got an upwards and a downwards vector acting simultaneously. Now, as soon as I put that system into free fall, the air bubble stops rising and the dense material.
Yeah. That's a point of contention that everyone's got. We don't live inside a water bottle being dropped from whatever distance, right? A lot of people, how do you, like, from that experiment then apply it to everything? I mean, that's a question as well, probably for Del to answer. That's not me being weird or funny or nothing. That's legit. Someone asked it in the chat.
Sinking. So it's detecting that you're removing the force. Because that, when
hello world, how you doing, dude? Great to see you.
That being the air moves through the water and the dense material sinks to the bottom. As soon as you put it in free
I think world, you
ceases immediately.
Have you seen that experiment with the slinky and the ping pong ball? When it's in free fall, they literally collapse, come to the middle of the water. Ping pong ball, which is buoyant, that's bottom of the slinky. They come together. I think that's pretty crazy.
So, the problem here then comes that stationary flat earthers claim a thing called relative density disequilibrium. Now, when we're on the Earth, relative density disequilibrium is a very true and very real thing. We can observe it, we can manipulate
it. Hey Dorian, what's up? What's up, Dorian? So it's a waste of time regarding what the Earth is doing. What did you? We don't live in a. Yeah, okay, yeah, I've got you.
Should still rise through the water, regardless of whether it's on the Earth or whether it's in free fall.
So, water bottle of water. The slinky's in there, right? It's attached to the bottom. While it's attached to the earth, right? Bottom of the slinky's on the bottom, and the ping pong ball is floating on the surface. World, right? So you've got a gradient there straight away, right? From densest to the most buoyant, right? Going up while it's attached. As soon as he puts that into free fall, the bottom of the slinky comes up to the middle of the water, and the buoyant ping pong ball comes down to the middle of the water, and they both connect in the middle. So they both sort of just both compact each other in the middle of the bottle while it's in free fall. You put it back onto the earth, and it's back. It's magically come back. The ping pong ball's at the top, the slinky's at the bottom. Now, what's going on there? That's my question.
Because that's
Dell's got his answer already.
Yes, this is one of the things that gets talked about quite often. There's a couple things. There's buoyancy. They talk about buoyancy, right? And when I say they, anybody who's making this claim. So just to understand your position, buoyancy in of itself is not the cause of the downward vector.
Space would have to exist if the Earth was constantly moving what you need to rise into. Yeah, that's a. So you see, Dell finds these questions not really applicable because he says you've got to be outside the reference frame to know anything about this. But yeah, if it was, you're just asking a question, Mr. Jones. You know, what is it rising up into? What's the medium? Is that space or is it another medium? As I say, Dell just tells you, I don't know. You know, it's outside of the reference frame. So, but then you got the question is what's giving it motion in the first place? I mean, you don't just energy from nothing, do you? There's got to be some sort of something happening there. And that's another thing that Dell says, like, I don't know because I'm all outside the reference frame. Can't tell. But personally, I think they are legitimate questions. But Dell doesn't like those questions. I think it's because he can't test it. That's what I think it is. You can't test it. You can't experiment and it actually telling you, right? This is driving me potty, man. It's been gone to death now. Either you don't agree. It's driving Ches nuts. Ches is over there in Liverpool pulling his hair out, thinking, oh my God. I'd rather be on the streets doing some busking, man. It's not the space we've been taught. Some kind of space. It's the Earth, some kind of object. Yeah. As I say, people got to get out their heads of globes and discs, right? It's not that in outer space. Definitely, it's a realm, a created realm. We're in a created realm, and created for human beings, us, with our, as I say, our fleshy Earth suit, for our souls to live in and experience, so we can observe. What are the main things? We're here to procreate and observe. That's it, really. The crux of it, all the rest of it is nonsense. All the shiny stuff and materialism, all that is nonsense. Procreate and observe. Beautiful, right? It's very simple.
Buoyancy is not the cause of the thing, but it exists, right? It exists. The buoyancy does exist, but it's not necessarily the thing that is causing that thing to. If you have, like, say, a lead, you can have it go down water and oil and all this kind of stuff. It will hit bottom, but buoyancy is not the thing that is causing it to go down to the bottom.
Tony's right? Like, look, it doesn't give it, doesn't tell it, nothing to do with the shape of the Earth, man.
Again, if I attack
even if it is moving up, you can't. You're never going to be able to find out if it's true or not. You ain't going to be able to tell
because it is actually moving upwards.
If
you attach an accelerometer to a lead weight and let a lead weight fall, it registers 0.
Tony's the pin guy.
Because
so if it's moving upwards, like that helium balloon, let's say that piece of lead, and then you got enough helium balloons to go up, it will register that it is accelerating. But once that helium balloon has reached its height and it pops, and then that lead just falls right to the ground, then the accelerometer, excuse
Yes,
me,
do you know what,
will not
Ches?
register.
Ches, that's what's gone, and that's what I'm going to get back to. I'm going to spend time busting the balls of the globers and not arguing amongst the flat earthers, because it becomes a distraction, right? And that's what the globers want. They want us arguing amongst ourselves so they can carry on with their nonsense, worming their way onto gerunds and all this. That's what they're focusing on. And it's working for them, and they're getting paid for it. They're getting paid £1,000 for speaking shit. Incredible. Hey, good morning, Lev. How you doing? How are you doing? Yeah. So I'm with Ches on that. We got to start getting back at the globers, man. Stop this stupid in-house bickering nonsense. Dumb. It's stupid. It really is. I've seen the light. I have seen the lights. Yes, I won't be doing it. I'm not going to talk about anyone again except for the globy mongs.
Or any movement.
And
there's no force acting on it.
And if I feel that you deserve it. I can't keep my mouth shut sometimes. It's just the way I am.
Okay, what does it mean to you? Like, what does that? So, if there's no force acting on it to fall, then what is the cause of that fall?
Not taking guesswork to the absolute max. Yeah, infinite plane sounds like infinite space to me in a way. Yeah,
so
it is.
I'll use an example.
Same thing.
To convey this to you. Okay, so if you were in a car, right, or let's say a train. A long train.
Hey there, Solenoid. How you doing?
Parallel to that train, you had another train, and those two trains were connected by a solid rod. Now one of those trains has the power. One of those trains is actually powered and is going at 100 miles per hour. So in that regard, it's now pushing the parallel train at 100 miles per hour. Right? Now, if we remove the connecting rod, the only one of those trains remains having power, the one that's going at 100 miles an hour. Now the other one starts to slow down from 100 miles per hour. Now, your perception, it looks like that train goes backwards to you, because the both trains are still moving in the same direction, but one is now getting slower. So it looks to you like the other one is going in reverse. So if you invert that now to 90 degrees, so that if we were traveling in those trains upwards and we remove the connection, then the one that's next to you is still moving upwards.
Arguing with a glober is pointless because they don't know what they believe. They just know what science said they should believe. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Mr. Jones.
That's why when you hold
as soon as they get combative, mate, I'll just...
hand and you let that go, the water stays exactly where it was. It doesn't.
Not worth arguing with these people.
Top of the glass, it remains where it is because it's still moving in that same direction, although it's getting slower.
Yeah. So, just to reiterate, for my imagination, or my like visual, that you have two trains going in the same parallel direction, and they're both going 100 miles an hour. And that's train A and train B. And let's say I'm in train A, and train B slows down or even stops. From my perspective on train A going 100 miles an hour, I look at that train B and see that that train is going slower, right?
Yeah, you think it's going backwards.
Okay, yeah, I see it that it's moving backwards because we've been going the same speed for, let's say, 30 minutes or an hour, it doesn't matter. And then I'm observing this other train stopping or slowing down, then it of course will look like it's going backwards.
And that's exactly what's happening in regards to us dropping things. People perceive visually that things are going downwards in a downwards vector, but that's not what's happening. Again, if something has a change in direction from stationary to moving, there would be a detection of that through accelerometers, but they don't detect that. They instantaneously detect the removal of the motion, the removal of the force. So just like the example I've given you there, And anybody can perceive this, they can see this for themselves using something like a train. It appears to you like it's going backwards, but it's not. It's going the same direction you were, but it's getting slower and slower.
Okay. So, just to continue on with this discussion, I guess, I'm not entirely sure how accelerometers actually work. How do they work? Do you know like what the mechanisms are in there? Because like basically what it means is that they detect motion.
It's
That's what
very
it comes
simple.
down to. And if they go
It's,
ahead.
it's very
Hey,
simple.
Kate
You need
and
two
Emma, how you doing?
components in
Okay,
an
Emma,
accelerometer
welcome.
because when force
Long
acts,
time.
like let's look at gas, liquids, and solids. There is no force that I cannot exert force on a solid matter, liquid, or gas to simultaneously move them in unison together. Because when a force is applied to one aspect, then the other aspect remains where it was, and we see a difference between the two of them. Do you understand?
Yeah, so like in order for them to function, you need to have some kind of force acting on it, and that's what it measures. So if it's falling, then
Well,
and not measuring anything, I'm
well,
sorry. Go ahead.
let go back to the bottle of water in your ear, right? Can you
Yeah.
accelerate that bottle in any direction and accelerate it without the water or the air displacing with each other? You
No, I
can't.
don't think so. No.
No, because you can't apply the same amount of force to different states of matter. A force is not a multifaceted thing. In order for you to accelerate gas, liquids, and solids simultaneously, you would need one force splitting itself up into three components and applying various amounts of force simultaneously in order for you to move all those things without any disturbance between those three factors. Because
Right. So like I would need to move the water, the bottle, and the air with the same amount of force all at the same time
yeah,
in order for them to not displace.
yeah,
Correct?
yes, and human beings, we don't have forces like that. There is no such force that exists. Force cannot act like that.
What can act like that then, in your opinion? Like what can
Nothing.
cause the bottle and the water and the air to all move at the same time in the exact same direction?
If it's already in motion and there's a force acting on it, and you then remove that force, then the whole system will just move in that same direction and lose momentum equally. But as soon as you apply force to it, you're going to get a disturbance. You're going to see a separation. There is no force that is capable of achieving these things. This is why the globe earth, if you ask a globe earther and I show them the demonstrations, they special plead for a special type of force that can accelerate gas, liquids, and solids simultaneously. Yet they do not have access to any such force. It only exists as a mathematical concept, a proposition, an idea. It's not a real thing. Every example of force being applied to a system or any form of accelerometer, whether it be digital or analog, will show you that there's a force present.
Okay. So like but I guess it doesn't matter I guess in my mind that if we accept that there is no force per se, then the question about what is actually happening, is that relevant at all? Like trying to come up with some
Yeah, well,
ideas as to what is causing that
well,
movement
well,
if it's not force?
if I'm showing you an air bubble rising through a medium, right, showing you the direction that the force is traveling in, and then I put that into
Hmm.
free fall, and that air bubble stops moving through that medium. And then once it's connected to the earth again, the air bubble starts to move through the medium. You know fine well then there's a
Hmm.
correlation between that being connected to the earth.
Right. And I've seen this video that you put up about a cork in a bottle, and that cork had a little bit of a displacement. So it would actually.
We could talk about the funnel. There's only 20, 30 minutes to go, Liv. Only 30 minutes to go, Liv. Oh, we do it. This. Oh no, I'm going to be ill, aren't I? Next Saturday. I'm probably not going to be on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm definitely not going to be on next Thursday. Next Saturday, I might be on because I've got my next session Tuesday. How long until the final? I don't know. Does anyone know that? It needs to be tested from higher altitudes. Yeah. I want to know what happens to it all once it hits terminal velocity. All that stuff in there. Be interesting to see that, right? we try and do next Saturday then, Lev. If I'm feeling up to it, I'll definitely have you come on and we'll chat about it for sure.
Eventually reach bottom. So when you
I don't know. I don't know how well I'm going to be
right?
next Saturday. As I say, I've got the next thing Tuesday, so it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's only 4 days, man. I'm normally still ill. I'm normally still quite ill, so it might be like
that
the Thursday after that.
relative to the bottle remains stationary. Is that correct?
Yep.
Until it reaches the ground, and then once it hits the ground, then it will continue on its direction. Of course, minus the displacement and everything that goes along with displacing the bottle hitting the ground. But once it reaches the ground, then that cork continues its course.
Hey there,
the
Flat Infinite Plane.
It was,
how you doing?
"Quote unquote" free
The
falling.
Great Plains such
It
as
remains
stretch for 3,000 miles from Mexico to Canada. That's
like
Mr. Jones.
It
Good point.
remains stationary relative to the bottle, right?
That's correct.
That is very interesting
Yeah.
because, like, for me, I don't know.
I've got Tuesday Jacks, and then next month, and then that's it. None. But I think I was cured by the third one, to be honest, because it just completely went. So let's hope it carries on.
That would work because
And I've tried to wangle out of it. I've tried to say to doctors, do I really need to have 4 and 5? Do I really need it? I'm feeling good. And they went, yeah, you got to have it. We could have like small little points of it, bits of it that you haven't got rid of yet. So yeah, I've still got to go through it. I've got no choice.
it's like if you drop that
So I've
bottle,
got 2 more left.
I would think
2 more left, Jacks.
that cork would actually get to the bottom,
Well, that's
before it reaches the ground, right? Or not?
Oh, thank you, Jason. Jason, Lev, Shlo, yeah, cheers.
So on the Earth, that cork reaches the bottom and the air bubble reaches the top. But in free fall, the air bubble does not reach the top and the cork does not reach the bottom.
Yeah, it kind of. I think my body couldn't take anymore. That's what it was. It was rejecting it. I've come over all weird. Strange, and they sent me home. So I just want to get through them now. I just want to get through them, get it done, get the crap inside me so I can reject it, and then let's just get on with life.
Acting on it. If relative density disequilibrium was true, then in free fall, the air bubble should still reach the top and the cork should still reach the bottom.
Yeah, I'm trying to. As I say, I've changed all my diet. I'm drinking some good stuff now. It's definitely all helping, for sure. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Are you leaving now, Free, or? That why you said look after yourself?
So this is kind of like, do you think there's a possibility?
Hey, Jimmy.
That,
how you
over
doing?
a long distance, that actually there is a relative movement, and because we have
nearly
not
there,
been able to
nearly
measure
there, Jax.
That length.
And then compared to what I was last September, it's bloody chalk and cheese, mate. Chalk and cheese. I mean, you remember what my voice started to go like? It was like started to talk like that, wasn't I? Oh, I couldn't hardly talk. That's because like I had these two big lumps under my throat. But yeah, that's as I say, it's all gone. It went after the third one. It kind of disappeared. But I think there's still a little bit in there. I can feel a tiny little bit. Maybe that's what these next two are for.
The distance, then that might be the reason why it appears stationary to us. Is there any possibility that that's plausible?
Well, if anybody's going, I've done it from various heights, and you can do it in a vomit comet from an aircraft. I mean, how high? This is what starts to happen. People start shifting the goalposts because people would say it's not. It's a contained system. It's an open system. So I've demonstrated it in an open system, a contained system. I've varied the height. I've varied the medium. I've varied the contents. The results are always the same. So if somebody's going to suggest that it has to be dropped from something higher, then that
Okay, Free. Okay, yeah, yeah. Thanks, Free.
To go and demonstrate.
I'm trying as I say, I'm trying to. I really am
demonstrating that, other than just saying, "No, you need to be higher." Well, if that's your claim, then you go and demonstrate it. Then, I mean, there's a
How would you film that? Would you attach a GoPro to the bottle and drop it out of a plane? How do you film that? Drop it at 15,000 feet from a plane with the GoPro on it, and I would actually have a parachute on it. I would drop it with a parachute on it for, let's say, 5,000 feet or 7,500 feet from the plane. Say you're at 15,000 feet or 10,000 feet. Drop it for, make sure it's recording for that drop, and the parachute releases. Yeah, that's the way to do that. Because I do want to see what happens to the liquids and the density and buoyancy, the objects in the water. What happens when it hits terminal velocity? I do want to see that. That's one thing I do want to see. I think that'd be quite interesting.
Look at it this way. Say I had a glass sphere, a hollow sphere.
Yeah, the RSO. Yeah. I'm on the RSO. I'm on that free.
Yeah,
good stuff. That's the magic
water.
Juice, I call it.
There's no air in there. Okay, so the pressure within that.
Now, Mima's done 2 parachute jumps.
Right. Then I place a little marble in the center of that sphere. Right. Why does the marble still go to the bottom of that sphere? Yeah, if I put the marble at the center of that sphere, and then put it in
that's
fall,
what Nick had.
Would remain.
That's what kind of Nick was saying as well, Jimmy. That's what kind of he was saying. I'm quite sure it needs to be accelerating at a constant rate, not just up a constant movement, just in a constant motion. Because then when you I think what Nick was trying to say is you'd kind of equalise to that, and you wouldn't be feeling that no more. So it has to be accelerating to get the weight, right? So yeah, it kind of made sense to me in a way. I could kind of see what Nick was saying there. Hey there, Yannick. How you doing? Long time. It could be Yannick. That's a good point. Could be instead of just the thing that you put in your body. It could be. To me, my leukemia was provoked by a trauma, plus a lot of artificial foods or something. But I think it's a psychological shock mostly. Interesting, Yannick. Hello, Yannick. Welcome. Yeah, I think mine was probably stress related, to be honest with you, because I just lost my brother, then I lost my mum, and then after that I got this. So it was this kind of. Plus, I ingested some Teflon accidentally out of a rice cooker. So it's probably a combination of all those things.
Exactly where it is within that sphere, but yet on the Earth, the marble does not remain there. If the pressures are all equal, the densities are all equal, why does it move to the bottom or appear to move to the bottom? The relative density disequilibrium thing is so fraught with it's unanswered questions, and it's got blatant contradictions.
Attaching an accelerometer to the bottle, yeah, a GoPro, a little mini parachute of it, and then drop it 15,000 feet out of a plane. I just want to see what happens. It's not me being awkward, or I just want to see what happens to everything in the bottle once it reaches terminal velocity. That's all I want to see. I just think it'd be
If the
interesting.
relative density disequilibrium is true, an air bubble should rise through a medium and a lead weight should sink in water.
Yeah, it's by accident. Yeah, I was I bought a rice cooker. Then I remember looking down one day at it when I was washing up, and a little patch of it had disappeared. So I must have ingested it or something. And I was just like, oh my god, that must have gone into my body.
Regardless of whether it's in free fall or it's stationary on the earth. Because that's the claim.
Yeah, can I? Yeah, let me just repaint what you just said. Basically, if the water, if the bottle is completely filled with water,
Yeah.
right, and then like all the way up, and then you put a lead in there, lead marble or whatever,
Yeah.
and so like there's a difference between it being like half full of water and it being full of water, correct? Because otherwise, why mention it?
Because the pressures wouldn't be the same. It's just to give you an example, you know,
Yeah.
of the problems that these things have. Again, you know, why does it not remain where it is? Why is there an orientation? Why a less dense material?
That's a brilliant idea, Jason. That is actually a brilliant idea. You can chuck something out and you can catch up with it. You just got to point your body, right? So you chuck it out, follow it, or just jump out and then just release it. As you're falling down in free fall, release the bottle from your hand, release it, and just film it. So we need a skydiver that can do that. And just let it free. I think it might actually. That's going to be tough. No, it'd be tough. Think about it. Because the resistance on the skydiver is going to be a lot more than the bottle. So the skydiver is probably going to have to be in the pointed position for most of the time down, trying to record at the same time the bottle. Because it's a bigger surface area, it's going to take him. I'm not too sure that could be done unless you do it at, you know, when you're coming down and you just take it out and drop the bottle and then film it. Maybe that would work like that. Like you might start seeing it fall away from you when it's like, because it's a smaller, denser object going through the medium. It probably starts it appear to you it was speeding up. Yeah.
Above and more
while it's going down, right?
There's an orientation.
Like the two trains thing.
Density is not stacked left to right; it's stacked top to bottom. So it has an orientation to it, and there's a factor to that. Now, again, I can take buoyancy and density. I can increase the rate of it.
Teflon,
upwards.
many ways we can destroy humans. That's number 5,457.
You want using motion. So I can now make buoyancy and density go laterally, left to right, using motion. So I can manipulate it.
So are you talking about like if you had like so like when you say you can make the buoyancy go left and right, like what do you mean? Like how would it do that? Like can you give me an example?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've made tests. You know, William done a really good one. You know, if you put a bottle onto a trolley, something with wheels, right, and you now push
Teflon Don
across the floor, left to right, the air bubble now moves along the bottle to the top of the bottle.
Dell can't do it with motion, only with acceleration.
The air bubble now moves through the water towards that direction. And it's the same in any orientation. If you move...
Yeah. I thought you meant that. Yeah, Nick, I thought you meant in that. Like sugars and stuff, artificial. Yeah, I thought... I kind of thought. Yeah, you got, you know... As I say, I haven't completely given up. It's just that I'm doing a lot less than what I was doing. It was... I was waking and baking, smoking all day, all night, and drinking coffee in between, having a dinner, something to eat. Then straight after that, smoking and drinking coffee, all that mixed in with, you know, my mum, my brother, and I just think it was only heading one way, really. Glad I, you know, kind of see it and yeah.
It layers itself towards that direction.
Okay, let me just get this
Constant
straight. So
motion
if
is the
you
same as
have,
stationary. Yes, that's what Nick was saying. That's exactly what Nick was saying. Jimmy, that's exactly what Nick was saying. You, if it was just a constant motion, you'd equalise to it. Wouldn't be feeling it. The only way you could get weight, the only way you can get weight is when you push your foot on the accelerator, right? And you get pushed back, and you can feel yourself getting a little bit heavier. But that's only through acceleration. You're not getting that through a constant, are you? So yeah, some other things to be
a bottle that
just
is
look
on a
at.
trolley and then it's moving in a lateral direction. The air bubble in the bottle that's supposed to go up directly straight up, because of the motion of the trolley, it actually moves like I don't know which direction, like towards the direction of the trolley or
I
away
wake
from
and
the
bake all
direction
the
of the
time,
trolley.
smoke at least every
Or
3
is good
hours for
enough?
the last 35 years. Well, that's a long session, Jimmy. That's a long session, bro.
Front of the direction you're pushing it in. It shows.
So it's like opposite. Like, so if I'm going north, the air bubbles will be going north. Like the
Yeah,
trolley is going in north,
yeah.
so the air bubbles coming from the
Yeah, I
bottom up
agree.
is
I
going in the.
absolutely agree, Ches. I'm kind of like that in that place as well. Why is mankind so arrogant that they think they can work out nature? Why can't we just be in awe of its awesomeness, right? If accelerating everything works like Del says, constant motion, the wrong part. It's the truth. Yeah, yeah. Well, you're saying what Nick was saying. You're saying the same thing. Constant motion would be like stationary. Hmm. I sent Del this. Sometimes I thought it would be good advice. Try from higher altitudes. Oh, have I just that from mine or is that from? Water pressure above it pressing down, which causes the 0G effect. Water pressure itself in the bottle. Okay, when diving underwater, you lose your buoyancy. Think due to the water pressure above you. As a reference of pressure, same rate as the bottle. Same rate is now part of that falling object. Same rate may slowly make bottom over time. That's interesting. Water pressure above. Thing, right?
Northern direction, because that's the
Good stuff.
direction
TV.
that is this kind of similar to this balloons in a car. You know, when you stop a car, you would think that balloons will go backwards, but they actually end up going forwards. So helium balloons in a car.
Yeah,
Is this a similar idea?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Banner, if a force is
It
applied,
shows you
movement
the
can
direction
happen.
of the
If I pick
travel.
up the
Yes,
water bottle and hold it in the
because
air,
obviously
I'm
when you do
applying a
that in a
force. If I
car,
let
laterally,
go, the force is no longer being
create a
applied,
density
which
gradient.
allows the
So the helium balloon moves towards the
allows the
direction
bottle
of
to
travel.
move
This
to
is exactly
regain
what I'm saying
balance.
to people.
Yeah,
Motion is the cause of buoyancy and density, and you can tell the direction of the motion based on buoyancy and density. So when you set a glass on a table and an air bubble's rising through the glass, it's showing you which direction the force is moving in.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And where do other people who are, geocentricists, they don't agree with you about this, because I think a lot of these questions about,
yeah, Jimmy, why don't you next time? I don't know if it's Del. Are you live later, Del? Are you live later? don't know. I mean, yeah, go and have a chat with Del about it, man. I've got to admit, Del is mellowing, so you'll probably have a good chat with him. So.
Downward vector and what is actually force and stuff like that. Again, this is like really the point of contention as far as I'm seeing it. So like your basic premise is that, hey, this isn't the only thing, or this isn't the thing that is causing things to go down.
Yeah, why don't you go? I'm sure Del will open up later if you want to go and have a chat with him about it. Why don't you, Jimmy? It'd be a good convo, man.
It's got to be something else, because like buoyancy, if buoyancy itself was the thing to cause things to go down, we would experience it with these experiments that you have just mentioned about, like, filling up a bottle full and then putting in a lead marble in there and dropping it, and while it's dropping,
I'm working mad hours and living in the caravan while refurbishing the house. Oh yeah. Are you living on the land where you're working at the moment then, Jimmy? Oh yeah, I know people that do that.
So
big jobs.
But then you're saying, well, then the buoyancy would cause that lead to go down to the bottom, because that's another isolated thing. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, well, this is the similarity.
All I want is the discussion. The stress will end when people like you stop emotionally reacting. If you're not interested, just ignore it. It's simple.
Where these people claim that they don't claim the same.
Just have the conversation, isn't it? Just
listen to what you just said.
Just have the conversation.
So think about this. If I'm holding a bottle and according to a station,
just phone him, yeah.
Two vectors happening simultaneously.
Del's got his phone out there.
Rising through that water, and there's the lead weight sinking. So there's two things going in two different directions. Now, when I let that go, they claim that by some unknown mechanism, all of those things, including the bubble which was on its way upwards, stops on its way upwards, and now the whole thing is now all accelerating simultaneously downwards. Now remember, we just discussed that, we just established there is no force that can act upon matter like that. That's preposterous. So how can you have two vectors acting simultaneously in two different directions, unify and simultaneously now go in one direction? That's absolute nonsense. Total and utter nonsense.
So just to make it clear for everybody and for myself, you're talking about, let's say, a carbonated bottle, and then you put a piece of lead into it. The lead will be falling to the bottom. The air bubbles will be going up. So you have two different buoyancies or forces that's happening.
Yeah, the slinky and the ping pong ball. Pretty incredible experiment there, Del. I've got to admit, it's got me, mate.
Happening, and like, would you say that is it possible that if you compare that to a regular water, the bubbles would cause that lead to go down a little bit slower, maybe just slightly, or just because the opposite motion is there?
Well, if you change the viscosity of the medium, then yep, you're going to change that rate. But I mean, changing the viscosity is not going to alter the fact that the claim of relative density disequilibrium is blatantly false. Because again, how can you move past, if you claim to me that an air bubble rises in a medium because it's a relative relationship between the air and the medium, but yet when I put it in free fall, that relationship of that moving through that medium ceases, then you know fine well there's an outside external factor that's causing the separation of the air and the water. Because if it was just simply somehow magically the density of the air and the medium could act upon each other to create motion, which is preposterous, then it would be present regardless of whether that system is in free fall or not. So how can people keep coming back with relative density disequilibrium when it's obvious and clear that in free fall that vanishes? It shouldn't vanish, because your claim is that it's a relationship between the medium and the things that are occupying the medium. So if I let the bottle go in free fall, the air should still rise through it, and according to these people, the lead.
When the slinky and the ping pong ball come together, I mean, think about it. That ping pong ball's full of air. It's full of air. How does it come into the middle of water and the density of the bottom of the slinky as well? How is that coming together? It's incredible. That's, to me, it's kind of incredible.
Head weight should still sink to the bottom of the medium, but it doesn't.
Yeah. Can I just hold on 1 second? Let me just say something to the chat. I really appreciate everybody being here, all 95 of you. And I just want to say, like, unless people are being absolutely jackwagons or rude, I don't think it's necessary to time anybody out or delete their comments. Unless they're just attacking people unnecessarily. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I do like
Buoyancy is
free
caused by the
speech.
compression of
I think
water.
people should have the opportunity to express themselves, even if you don't maybe agree.
How is the water being
That's all.
compressed?
I appreciate that, Natch,
By
because
the
I just
motion.
had a message from Andrew, Execrate 200, saying that he's being timed out in the chat. Now, Andrew's not an aggressive man. He doesn't just resort to name calling. He's a very articulate person. He's a great engineer. And deserves some respect.
I've got a picture in my head of you holding a slinky.
That want to silence people for asking questions. So I appreciate you addressing that, Natch, because Andrew had just messaged me to tell me that there.
Well, no, I modded him, so he'll be able to express himself, and then unless he's being
Will it work with a 1 kilo weight in a bottle of water and the water is it right?
Then I will deal with that myself.
The water's going to weigh less than a kilo. Is that what you're saying, Chills? The water weighs less than a kilo. And there's a kilo weight inside the water bottle.
But he has been modded, so he doesn't have to worry about being censored by anybody else.
Yeah, it's just Flatzoid professing that he's a victim because Andrew's asking questions. You know, Flatzoid wants to put himself about the place and come to everybody else's channel and bring everybody else's videos up. But as soon as MD tries to engage with Flatzoid, he immediately resorts to being a victim, which is preposterous.
I'd like to see that experiment, Chills. I was thinking about it. The water weighs less than a kilo with a kilo weight inside, and to see what happens. I think still the density and buoyancy is still going to cease to exist. I don't think the weight's going to go to the bottom. I don't think it will. I think it'll just float in the middle still. Yeah. It's not connected. We'll see, because that'd actually be quite an interesting one. To
not about Flatzoid.
I'm a way to build something now. Okay, cool.
I welcome.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
I just want to know where everybody's coming
from. Should rise up.
We do have our own subjective rationales in a way, and then we try to meet as
okay,
much as
take care, Jason. Jason,
of,
great to come. I'm glad you're coming, mate. Much appreciated. Thank you.
One another, and I think that's what's important. And like my intention in all actuality is that I want to understand where people are coming from, and I want to know why they have
it's not about the numbers
give people
for me.
The opportunity.
Infinite plane, it's not about the numbers really. 35, 50, it's good to have 50 in, obviously, but more like the information for me. And, it's actually a good conversation because Nachi's not being combative, so Dell's not being combative. So they can have a back and forth, right? They can actually talk about things. When Dell's like talking to Flats and other, it's like a gotcha moment. Like, oh, gotcha. It's just ridiculous. You can't get to the crux of anything.
To speak their mind, even if I might 100% disagree with them. I think having free speech is an important due process. Or
I want to see Chills' experiment. I think that'd be quite interesting.
We are able to progress further, collectively speaking. That's just my opinion.
Totally agree. And these people that sow division by constantly, suggesting that people are here to, be shills or whatever else, that these people just throw these labels about willy-nilly and they create a division that's very unnecessary. This is an objective inquiry. It's not a subjective personal issue. There should be no grouping like that where we have people hating on other personalities, because my personality has no bearing or relevance in this whatsoever. if you cannot just rationally engage in a discussion and lay things out in a mannered, respectful way, then it's pointless, you know. So
Yeah, let us come back to the discussion and talk about what is at hand here rather than people and what's going on out there. I mean, there's always going to be people who are not going to like you and not going to agree with you for whatever reason, and that's just going to be a part of this reality. But
yeah,
dealing with that and kind of rolling with it, I think that's what's important. Go ahead.
no, I'm just agreeing with you, mate.
Yeah, we got to get
Yeah.
away from.
So
We
so
really
yeah,
do have to get away from this infighting. It's stupid. It's immature. It's stupid. Ridiculous. Yes, I know. I do call some of it. I'm going to stop myself. I've already said that. But this is what the Globies want. They want us all bickering and arguing because then they can just waltz around these other bloody channels talking their nonsense, and they're not addressing the real science of this flat Earth or what the realm, right? They're not addressing it. They're getting away with it, and that's why, to me, it seems like Dell's having arguments with flat earthers because the Globers ain't addressing it. They're like staying away. They're like, I'm not going nowhere near that. Not with actual evidence and actual practical demonstration. I can't go near that, can I? So yeah, we've just got to sort of start seeing it for what it is.
I mean, like, I can't wrap my mind around it 100% because, like, what you're saying to me seems to make sense when you have a buoyant object that can reach to the bottom and sitting on the ground, that lead will reach bottom. But when everything is dropped, then why, if the buoyancy is a force of in itself, then regardless that object should reach bottom, but the idea that object is all suspended together in the air while it is in quote unquote free fall does make me think about, well, what is actually happening there, right? I think that's really the crux of the issue.
Yeah, well, it opens
Is it
up
not?
loads of
Yes.
questions, doesn't it? That's what I've been saying right from the start, Nachi. That's where. Why is this happening? Why is it showing this when it's attached, and why is it when it's in free fall it's showing this? Because the first time I see it when Dell first brought this out, maybe a little bit before that, I think he was mentioning it. It kind of, when I sat there and thought about it, I was like, wow, that's gonna be really crazy. And it kind of all come true. Chaos happened, right? But it's only because people are in their bias and they're refusing to see what's right in front
More
of them.
powerful demonstrations that you can have a look at. So demonstrations of.
Hello, Miss Mod.
So
How you
we've got
doing?
A vessel
Welcome.
that's got water.
Great
in
to
it,
see you, Miss Mod.
and we have a spring, like a slinky spring in there. So and then we attach a ping pong ball to that spring. Now that ping pong ball has buoyancy, so it stretches the spring so that the ping pong ball is now on the surface of the water, right? So you can see that it's stretched the spring's on the bottom of the bottle, and the ping pong ball's on the surface of the water. Then we let that go into.
You got tension. You got tension in the slinky, right? There's tension in that slinky. That's been stuck to the ping pong ball, which is floating on top of the water. But there's got to be tension. Don't do it. No. Because the tension only exists is when it's attached to the fucking floor, when it's attached to the ground. Oh, it's a mind bender. I'm telling you.
According to Globe and according to stationary earthers, the whole thing now accelerates towards the Earth simultaneously. But there's a problem, because as soon as we let that go, the ping pong ball can no longer stretch the spring. The only force that's present in there is the tension of the spring. And what we see happening is that the spring collapses to the center of the bottle and pulls the ping pong ball under the water.
That's kind of crazy when you see it. It's like, how does the air-filled ping pong ball come to the center of the water, and the dense, thick metal of the slinky all come to the center of the bottle while it's not attached? While it's attached, you've got your gradient, yeah, in the bottle. There's some questions. We've got to get these.
Buoyancy vanishes instantaneously. Now, these people will contradict themselves and say that the whole thing accelerates towards the Earth at the same rate. Well, why then does the ping pong ball not stay at the top, stretching the spring, and the bottom of the spring stay at the bottom of the water? Why is the force that's causing the spring to be stretched vanishing? Because according to these people, the whole thing, the ping pong ball should remain at the top of the water, the spring should remain stretched, and the whole thing should just fall to the ground equally. But
The only force present is the slinky tension. Yeah, because it's already there, isn't it? It's already there. Yes. And that's the tension. Once you release the bottle, tension takes over and just brings it all into the middle of the bottle. Oh, it's quite a crazy experiment, guys. You've got to take a look at it for sure.
I can show you these videos if you like, Natch.
Yeah. Do you have a video that you're welcome to present something if you want to.
Buoyancy, yeah, that's what I was trying to get to, Dale. I was trying to think it. Buoyancy overcomes the slinky tension while it's attached, but as soon as it's let go, it all just comes together in the center because there's no buoyancy and density. Man, the only thing that existed at that point was the tension in the slinky, which is already there because of the buoyancy of the ping pong ball stretching it out, right? So you've already got that. It's already tense. Wow. Pretty crazy, man.
You're just here. Grab it.
Yeah, no problem.
Jax,
I think I need to visualize
Jax, do you get your birthday weed? Have you got it? Smoke a joint. Smoke a joint, Jax. You need it. You need it. Your birthday weed. Awesome. I wish I could get it to you, Jax. I'll send you a little bit. Got some really nice stuff here. It's 36%. It kicks your head in. It really does. Can't smoke too much of it, but yeah, it's nice. It's got nice flavour as well. But it's just too dodgy. You can't send this stuff over the post, can you? Way too dodgy.
a little bit better because I'm trying to picture this spring and ping pong ball in a bottle, but I'm not fully able to picture it. So if you have a video for a demonstration, that will be much better.
Yep, just bear with me till I find this, okay? Just give me a wee minute or two here just till I get to it.
Okay. Yeah. I will be looking out if you're going to send it via email, and then let me share that over on my channel, and we can all watch it together.
Yeah,
right?
Just bear with me till I find this. I'm having to get through here just till I find it. Andrew, if you're in the chat, mate, can you send me a link to that just so that I don't have to spend time searching through for this?
Are you speaking to me?
No, I was speaking to Andrew, sorry. Oh, here, I found it, sorry. Right, can I present this, or do you want to present it?
Oh, I think they're going to show it.
Present it. Just, you can just present it, and I'll share it up on screen, no problem.
Oh, they're going to show. They're going to show it. Are they going to show it?
Share screen.
Is it? Yeah. Check this out, guys. Check this out. Get it on there. We ain't got much time left, so.
You can test this for yourself. You cannot stretch the slinky without a force. This is something important to note, as it will make the following experiment much easier to understand. When we have a bottle with water and it's connected to the earth, we can experience weight and buoyancy, which are effects of a force or motion. For example, something that's more dense or heavier than the water by volume, like the slinky, will sink or appear to go down, and something that's less dense, like the ping pong ball, will get pushed to the top or float. If I glue the ping pong ball to the top of the slinky so it can be one unit, we can experience a density gradient. The more dense material at the bottom and the less dense at the top. Also, the fact that the slinky is being stretched shows that there is a
There's
force
so much I'm
present
going to get
to
wrecked.
the earth. However, as soon as I release the bottle into free fall, the buoyant force of the ping
Check
pong
this
ball
out.
and the weight of the slinky completely vanish.
You see that?
Yes, I'm.
That's kind of incredible, guys. As soon as he lets go, it's not attached. I mean, this is full of air. Do you understand me? And it's in the middle of the water, not moving. It's just... And you got this dense slinky as well, straight in the middle. It's the two opposites are now... It's just... Good stuff.
I'm
Good stuff.
watching.
I love it. I love it when my mind's
Along with the density
tested.
gradient.
I love it.
The slinky is no longer at the bottom, and the ping pong ball is no longer at the top. Also, the fact that the slinky
So the point again is that these people that make the claim that the whole thing is going to accelerate to the ground equally, then nothing should change here. Nothing. But buoyancy again, density instantaneously vanishes.
release the bottle into free fall, the buoyant force of the ping pong ball and the weight of the slinky completely vanish along with the density gradient. The slinky is no longer at the bottom, and the ping pong ball is no longer.
So does that weigh more than the more than the ping pong ball? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, Lev? The slinky weighs more than the ping pong ball, so it's pulling it down. But shouldn't the slinky stay to the bottom? If that's, I don't know.
Longer at the top. Also, the fact that the
That's
slinky
crazy.
shows.
Yes, that is crazy.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish that video. I didn't mean to interrupt, but that
there's
is really
no force
wild.
present. Acceleration requires a force. No force in free fall equals no acceleration in free fall.
It's wild. It's wild, man. People, I think
If you
they're
don't mind,
people. The Globers see that and literally ran a mile. They see that experiment and thought, "Holy shit! I am not going nowhere near that. I'll let the flat earthers do that." That's why you've not had a conversation yet with a Globie that's had the balls to go, right, I'm going to go and speak to Dell about this motion, right? You haven't had it yet because they're shit scared. They will not do it.
share that video in the chat. Just put something up there so I can mod you, and then you can share that video so everybody, including myself, can go and check that video out again at our leisure.
No worries.
How long we got on this? Holy smokes, we've still got 30 minutes. Guys, we're gonna have to come back to this. I haven't got the time. I'm already like quite late. Right, let me just that one. I'll probably be going live maybe later tonight or tomorrow to do this Old World Order Hibbler Productions, whatever that is. Just want to get it on my channel as like a single video, so I'll probably be live just playing this. Right.
is only true in fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me. Our love was out to get me, that's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face, now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind.
Hey, look, this big shout out to everyone that come in today, guys. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Good stuff, good stuff. Right, I'm just going to take this down. Right, so should flat earthers give morons like Fight the Flat Earth a flat earth platform? You had 85% said no, 15% said yes. That's obviously Craig himself coming in, thought we had to tick it up, or a couple of these globy morons. Or some flat earther just winding me up. Scotty. There you go. Right, okay, good. So
I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. Seems the more I gave, the less I got.
¡Ay, que se ahora! Con los dos sacos de arroz. ¡Ay, llama para Sevilla! ¡Llama a Sevilla que traigo
nice laugh. Oh, it's the sound of that laugh makes me laugh.
¡Ay, es tuyo con el bañador!
Did you know that government literally means mind control? They don't want you to find the road to find your soul. They knew you won't out if you knew you lived inside a dome. This is the reason why Copernicus designed the globe. It's mental imprisonment. Been 500 years and there still isn't any experiments to prove that his theory's legitimate. Flat Earth, they don't want you to research or consider it. If you do the research, they say that you're inconsiderate of the work that these astronomers contributed, but no facts, so I don't give a shit about a bit of it. I'm doing this for the world's benefit. Some won't get the message, they gon' read me wrong. They're illiterate, some can't read between the lines, can't seem to see the signs. So in time, I'ma feed their feeble minds. I'ma break them from the shackles, got the key to free their minds. I'm the grapes and I'm the apples for the people eating swine. That's better food for thought. Speak with me and dine, no cheddar do it costs. Visas be declined, this game I'm giving is free as a mason. What's amazing, they was an astronaut gear up at the space station, faking, taking pictures, smiling faces. It's bad that some believe in space exploration. One made a mistake and rock this Masonic ring. You haven't seen, you gotta Google, you gotta Bing. Just type it in and bada boom and bada bing. I stand by these bars like I'm standing right by the Bing. The earth's flat, from Kenny you heard that. This ain't a theory, I get it from research facts. If earth spins and so does the moon, we should see different sides of the moon, but we never observed that. If 71% of the world is water and water is always level, show me where it curves at. Sir, black.
Shoes, they
fucking earth's flat.
Can he live? Shoes, they bars.
We don't need no stinking badges. Just a little seed makes a big tree, standing on its own, thriving all alone. Just a little seed makes a big tree, grow so high, gonna touch the sky. Just a little seed makes a big tree, spreads roots deep, branches far and wide. Masonic lockdown in your hometown. Masonic lockdown. Can you hear me now? From the top down, soul shock down, state shakedown, mass breakdown, global orders, riding over borders. Get behind your doors for the new world order. Dr. Evil and his
Yeah, it seems like most things in nature have there's a purpose for it, right? There's a reason. I mean, what's the purpose of a tornado? What is it actually doing, the tornado? Seems all it's doing is sucking up dust and stuff up to the atmosphere. So is that part of the system? Because, you know, ignore the houses and all the stuff, all the human stuff out there. Just imagine it without none of that and it was just doing its thing, right? What is it doing?
Dr. Evil,
it's quite a
false vaccine, like a bad dream. The plant's a microchip, every woman, child, and man. The plant's a chip or so.
Yeah, big shout out to everyone that come in today. Thank you, guys.
To have complete control, the land, the sky,
Good
your soul. Peace like silence in the snow. You're free to do.
Oh, Scotty, I've got stuff to do today, man. I've got some stuff to do. If I could go on, Scotty, I would. I really would, but I just honestly can't. Once it starts getting to the afternoon time, you know, things start popping up. So I've only got to go over the road, but I've got to do it. I promised him I'd be over there.
Sleepwalking, dreaming. You best believe your lying eyes. Geoengineering, making more than patterns in the skies. 5G radiation, beamed to Earth from space by satellites.
Yeah, take care, John. Take care. Appreciate you coming in, mate.
Trying to tell me 2 and 2 is 5.
Scotty, Lev, John, Slow, Jax, Mr. Jones, Tony D, Chills, Logical Observations, Scotty, Mr. Jones, Dan MC, Slow, Dell, Free Speech. We've got Kate and Emma as well. Infinite Plane. Cheers, dude. Dude S could be. Dan MC. Winston, thank you. Little Wing, Winston, thank you. Forever Love, thank you. Suits, can't forget Suits. Dr. E as well. Ron, cheers, Ron. B-Mart, thank you. Shlow, BCB, Truth, Earth Cherry Popper, Miss Mod, and anyone I missed, Ron, everyone. Cheers, guys. Appreciate it.
Masonic lockdown, soul shockdown, stay shakedown, a mass breakdown. Put your muzzle on, get back in your basket, get behind your doors, cause living here is drastic. Dr. Evil and his needle, Dr. Evil.
Yeah, Honor, I said Honor, didn't I? I'm sure. I didn't forget Honor, did I? Yes, I'm sure I said Honor. I'm sure I said it. Lev, take care. Lev, next time, yeah, we discuss it, Lev. It'll probably be next Saturday, but I'm not too sure. It might be the Thursday after that, because I'm still going to be ill probably Saturday. So it'll be probably the Thursday after that. Yeah, we'll talk about the final experiment, man. Come in and maybe get another couple of people come in as well. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to commit to it, Lev. So I'll get it all set up. I'll get it all set up before you come in. I don't have to get it all set up, so it'll be done.
We're taking things that are, genetically modified.
Yeah, cheers, World. Thank you, World. Thank you, Honor. Cheers, guys.
Right into the vein. But you don't have a choice. People act like you have a choice.
25 years I've been on the force. I've seen every kind of sick, depraved act known to humanity, and still, when I see a black man walk by...
Guy's tattoos, I just realised.
I want to vomit my gizzards right in...
Tattoos or...
But why? Maybe there is no...
Hairy arms.
Maybe there's just a big blue ball out there that's mostly covered with water, and we're just going along for the ride.
DJ Ill Will.
Oh, this is Mo jingling balls in your mouth all day, every day. Hey, you tuned in to Fuck What You Heard Radio, where you can stick a dick in your ear and shut the fuck up, bitch. But anyway, we got your new K-Dot record. I know you in traffic. Where you at, baby?
Down Rosecrans, 87 Regal, sipping on a gold can, gun tucked like the fetal position. Top dog coalition, coexisting with the codist, whoever quoted from California district. Been a corner like David Banner, I'm the owner of the marijuana aroma. You smelling, hit a donut, yelling, it's me, bitches. Who did it? I did it. Take them where they can't go. Like Planet Venus, leaning like a mad scientist. Laboratory bottles of empty Heineken, telling stories about the ones that came before me. Chinaman squinting inside because I'm blooded. Him, my shine is bigger than the striker lighted, and they like it him because I like to win. Never lose, put me on the pedal stool. Bet I pedal victories until I pedal off my shoes. Welcome to the Lions Room. Challenge anybody who wanna try they luck, they get fucked up, and all you heard was ooh. Say hello to the little big homie, and your reality ain't realer than this, homie.
I'm going to reenact this. I'm going to buy some big flares shirt and reenact this on my journey. My long journey, life journey over to my mate's house in a minute. Look back, camera, and give a thumbs. Oh. Alright, guys. Alright, have a great day, have a great weekend. Hey, Thorne, Thorson, how you doing? Platform shoes, yeah, okay, you got it. This was before bus stops were invented. Yeah, way before buses even invented, not bus stops. That was before the wheel was invented. That's how old I am. Hell. I'm gonna do it, Suits. I'm gonna do it. I was talking to Brendan about it. I'm gonna recreate it, but in the 2004 banner style. All right, guys. Have a good one. Have a great weekend. I will see you probably next Saturday now, because Thursday I'm definitely not going to be on Thursday. I'm going to be too ill. Saturday I'll be pushing it. Maybe I might. But yeah, if I'm not on at 10, it probably means I won't be on. So, all right, guys. Take care. Till then. Take care.